That mother?
No, Ruprecht. She's not our mother. Go on, Diana. You were saying?
Well, I think that the...
Ruprecht!
May I take your trident, sir?
Yes.
Now, Diana, as you were saying, you don't think the poor should be allowed in museums.
I think the
Ruprecht, don't take the cork off the fork.
Why is the cork on the fork?
To prevent him hurting himself and others. Ruprecht, eat your applesauce. Ruprecht, we have wonderful news. Diana and I are going to be married. And we are all going to live in Palm Beach. Ruprecht! Eat your food.
Excuse me. May I go to the bathroom first?
Of course you may.
Thank you.
Hey guys, it's your pontiff, and this is Saturday Night Live. And first super chats just come in here. Blue shirt Buddha, $2. It's Saturday Night Live with the pontiff. Hello, gentlemen. Hello, gentlemen. Whist, watch, talk. I got to tell you guys, I actually did something different yesterday. I put my paddock strap back onto the paddock because I had the Theo and Harris strap, and I don't know what it is. It just feels so nice to have the original strap back on the piece. We got a bit of a lineup coming up, guys. I'll just tell you what's happening this week there. By the way, guys, there's been two excommunications. We've had Timepiece Gentleman was excommunicated. Even TGV wasn't excommunicated because he's a scoundrel, but you know, it's excommunication is the lowest rank against the pontiff. We had so Timepiece Gentleman was the first guy. The second guy was our Marco. He got excommunicated. Some people have said, what about Tim? Tim was never a contender. Okay? Yeah, Artem was never a contender. So that's what happened there. And this week, it looks like we might be doing an excommunication for Austin Daniels. Yep. Disloyalty to the pontiff. So, yeah, that's the way it goes. Okie dokie, let's get the stream flowing. I'm just posting the link there. The new crew can jump on there. The crew, they can jump on. Posting the link, they can jump on anytime they want. Anytime they want. So, and we've got Dis.
Hey, man.
Hey, Dis, what's going on, man?
What's going on? All good. How are you?
Hey, it's all great. It's all good there, Dis. It's yeah. What can I say, Dis? This is the way it goes there. We're doing the streams. We're trying to get these streams to function on all cylinders.
Mm-hmm.
What's going on in your watch world? We want to know what's happening to your watches. You were going to be getting. You've got the. How's the Breitling? Have you got the Breitling yet? When did you get that?
Not yet. It's on a shipment from Japan to Israel right now. Should be getting here by the middle of next week.
I thought it was an Israeli buyer you got it from.
No, it's from a guy who works in Japan, an Israeli dealer who works with Japan, you know.
Jesus. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough. So that's all happening.
Yeah.
Okay. Have you sold any other crap you've got there? What's going on? Just very quickly. Blue shirt Buddha, $2. Saturday Night Live with the pontiff. Keep your super chats flowing now. Okay. What time is it in Israel?
It's 2 a.m. and 10 minutes, man.
Jesus Christ, this is the worst time zone. 2 a.m. When it's 9 o'clock in Australia, it's 2 a.m. in Israel.
Yeah, totally.
Jesus Christ, that's terrible. That is terrible, man.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a terrible zone, don't you think?
Yeah, it's the Middle East, man. Nobody likes the Middle East, man.
Shit.
Yeah.
That's exactly right there. Wow. Jesus Christ, guys, we're not going to get much uplift out of this guy. We need to I got to tell you, I'm starting to fall in love, actually.
With?
This Grand Seiko we were talking about yesterday. I really think this could be this could be a really cool watch. This could be a really, really cool watch. I'm really starting to fall for it. I got to be honest with you. You've had a few Seikos, but you've never done the Grand Seiko.
True.
This is 3,300 US macaroonies. 3,300. Where's it gone? What happened here? Where's it gone?
Do you have the reference? Do you have the reference, man?
Where's it gone? I don't know what's happening here. Just hang on. Just having a look.
Okay.
Here we go. It's the SBGW231. And I've got to be honest with you. It's just a very retro 1960s, just a very cool sort of piece there. I'm gonna do a bit of shopping for this piece here. Who would have it? I'm gonna have a look at one dealer I use a bit, which is E-Lady. E-Lady's a Japanese sort of seller, and they sometimes have some deals. They have some deals for Grand Seiko. Like they sometimes, that's kind of the home. I'm just going to have a look here. Let's have. Let me see if they've got any in stock.
Okay.
Let me have a look here. It's an SGBW. What is it? 123, I think, isn't it? What the hell is this stupid thing? SBGW231. Jesus Christ. Their numbering's SBGW231. And just have a look. Oh, they got a few. They're about the same money. There's no bargains here. I'll just pull it up on the screen. Just having a look at Ladyboy. Having a look here and just doing a bit of research. Because they often get these Japanese. So let's have a look. What have they got? I don't mind that grey dial there. It's titanium, and I think it's also quartz. Yeah, the quartz are cheap. I know. I don't really want a quartz watch. Here we go. Grand Seiko mechanical 3381. Yeah, I suppose. Is it box and papers? What does it have here? Is it box and papers? Additional info. He's got nothing. No box or papers. That's no good to me. Accessories, none. Shit. I don't know what happens here. But, look, I don't know. This is a very usable Grand Seiko. Yeah, I'd preferably want to get one with box and papers. Showcase watches here. Admire Dis's enthusiasm to the stream to stay up so late. I hope you nasty punters who raise people up don't drop him down the track. Yes, exactly right there. Very loyal guy. Yeah, Pugsley was excommunicated. Yep, exactly right. And same as Ferry Boy. Oh, who the hell is Ferry Boy? That was anyhow, look, don't worry about that. We're going to onwards and upwards, sunshine. I got to tell you, I'm thinking about one of these Grand Seikos. I don't know at this moment. I'm just thinking about it. I got to tell you, those new ones look very. See, the problem is they're expensive. You know, that's the Houdinki. The Houdinki one. That's the one I really want, okay? The one that was on Houdinki. Unfortunately, it is expensive. It's expensive. It's an expensive watch. And I'm not I would really I don't understand why they make this so hard to get. I mean, I love that Tiffany. What do you think of that dial, Dis?
I think it's smashing, man. Wow.
Yeah, and I just love just the steel. It's beautifully polished. It's just a beautiful little watch.
Indeed. Man.
I mean, it's almost like a Japanese Patek
Yeah.
for half the price. For half the price.
Look
Isn't
at
that
those,
what the
yeah.
David N, $2. Dis, can we hear your cowboy accent? Yeah, the cowboy accent. Yes.
Wow, look at these lugs, my boy. Look at those lugs. I mean, they back in my ranch, you know, I've never seen such lugs. I guess. Can of whoop ass. Damn. Hope.
Yeah, that's the way it goes there. I got to tell you, man, I got to tell you guys. The other thing is I wanted to say is what other interesting shite has been hitting the threads there? Any interesting news? What is exciting? I got to be honest with you. The whole watch game itself is pretty boring now. There isn't really, you know, we got this. The biggest problem is you can't get everything is limited edition, hard to get. It's all kind of boring there. Let's have a look. What is weekend roundup? Look at this. This is how boring. They're talking about hip furniture, hip hop, Atlanta. What the hell? What the hell? My God.
Yeah.
Tom Hanks wears a Mickey Mouse watch. Big deal. Join me. I try to make sense of the Royal Oak Concept Black Panther. I hate that watch.
Yeah, man. No PC, man. But fuck it.
Yeah.
Pac-Man.
This guy-
Pac-Man actor.
This guy's got some interesting Pateks. This guy here, the big guy here, he's got some interesting Pateks. He's on Instagram. Interesting pieces here. This is auction news. Yeah, nothing really that exciting.
Dr. Dre, motherfucker.
Yeah.
You know him?
Yeah. No, I'm not really into hip hop. Are you into hip hop?
Yeah, I love it, man.
Yeah, it's nothing for me. I don't understand it. I gotta be. Yeah, Gerald Gentry did some Mickey Mouse watches. I remember those. They were kind of cool. They were very kind of cool. Everyone loves Mickey. Everyone loves Mickey. Unfortunately, Disney charges a fortune for licensing fees. I gotta be honest with you. The other thing that's MJT, $3, one down, three to go. Grenade is sold. Good man, Shoney. Oh
Nice.
my God. So what we're talking about here is he had his grenade.
The Patek, right?
Yeah, the Patek grenade. I'll just bring up the dealer. I told him to put it with Shoney. Shoney's a great guy. That's in Melbourne. Look at this. It's been sold. Actually, he hasn't taken it off the website yet. That is fantastic. I'm just going to send an email to a guy I know who was trying to. He's a bit really hard to deal with. This is my. I'm not gonna. Looks like Patek grenade.
Archie, I saw a video.
So there we go. I'm just gonna put that out now. There we go.
I saw a video of yours from December 2016 where you eat a pizza because you're down. You know what I'm talking about?
Ah, yeah, they were the days. Da da da. Yeah, yeah.
I sympathize with that so much. I like eating when I'm, depressed.
I think we all do.
Mm.
Exactly right there. Well, that's amazing, amazing wrap up there. That is actually, look, I got to tell you what I really do like of, out of all these watches here, I really like that white gold Yacht Meister. The yacht gold, the white gold Yacht Master. I think that's a beautiful. Unfortunately, they're so expensive. It's a little bit outside my reach.
Mhm.
A little bit outside my reach, but it is an 47.3 Aussie, 47.3. I reckon that's a very classy, just a white gold, because it's white gold, 42 mil, nice size. It's really, really elegant. That'd be my pick. I think that's probably one of the best solid gold Rolexes, because it's under the radar. I don't want to be loud and obnoxious. You know what I mean?
Of course, man.
Do
Wow.
you dream of getting one of these sort of watches? What do you think? What do you think?
I dream of a 5-digit Pepsi, man, with a Jubilee. That's what I dream about.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Patrick, $2, 2 Swiss francs. Archie, you seem to be bored to even consider Grand Seiko. I don't know. No. I wanted a Grand Seiko for a long time. The wife is Japanese, and it's something different. It's really different. I'd love to give it a squirt. No, I'm happy. I didn't get the Tudor Black Bay because wear your Rolex. Wear your Rolex. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I got to tell you, the Grand Seiko, I've never done Grand Seiko. I'd like to try it. I'd love to give it a try. But I want a boxed one. I don't want just a naked. I want everything. I want to enjoy the Grand Seiko experience. I'll tell you what else. Let's have a quick look here. I'm going to have a look here. Let's have a look. Another good dealer friend of mine. Let's go to Vintage Watch Co. Let's have a look. This is Sydney and Brisbane. What have they got new? Let's have a look here. What's the? Oh, he had a King Seiko. Do you remember the King Seikos?
Of course, from the 70s, man.
Yeah, they were kind of like Grand Seikos in some ways, weren't they? You know what I mean? Like Grand Seiko's been out before that, but they were kind of cool. Let's have a look. What's happening? Wow, look at that. Omega Speedmaster 78. That's retail. That is Oh, it's just vintage.
Wow.
Vintage.
Wow.
That's a vintage.
Wow, what year is that?
It's got the steeped dial. It's got the stepped dial. This is 1975. 1975.
What a year. What a fucking year, man.
Yeah. So I got to say, okay, so this is interesting because this is the same money as a new speed. This is what it's actually got a very valuable bracelet as well. That bracelet is quite valuable. This case is sharp, and although a little stretched, the 1171 bracelet is still very wearable. Freshly serviced. Okay, so it's just a nice. Actually, this honestly is relatively. It's honestly. This is the equivalent of a Daytona. In the day, this would have been better than a Daytona.
Yeah.
It is beautiful. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful watch. $78.50. Yeah, okay, it's Aussie dollars. What's that? $5,000. Yeah, that's pretty reasonable. Explorer 2, $12,850. They're rising, man. They are rising.
Wow.
They're really rising. Those Omegas, those Planet Oceans, they're good value on the pre-owned market, I think.
Mm-hmm.
What else has he got here? Let's have a look. He's a bit short of stock, guys. He desperately needs stock. So if you want to sell a watch, Vintage Watch Co., he desperately needs stock. Let's have a look. Holy shit! He's got a 5513 gilt underline. Look at this, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's rare. That is rare. That's rare as rocking horse shite. Look at that. That is 1960. what year is this one here? 1963. Shit, 1963. My God, it's
The
got
Bond,
the oyster.
man. Yeah.
It's got the oyster rivet bracelet with it as well. Speaking of which, we got producer Mark. How are you, producer Mark?
Hello, Pontiff. How are you?
Hey,
We still got the backup echo off there.
It's gone. It's gone. It's gone.
Yeah,
Thank
that's
you, sir.
cool. Okay, so I gotta tell you, man, these vintages. What do I think? Would you like a 5513? I'd love one. I'd love a vintage 5, but $45,000. What's that? That's like 35 US. My God, they're not cheap. You know that? They're not cheap. I wouldn't say it's expensive, but it's not cheap. It's not cheap there. Just keep an eye on the super chats for me, guys. Keep an eye on the super chats because I can't see any. Guys, I can't see terribly many.
yeah, what's going on?
Yeah, what's going on? So I got to tell you, man, Oyster, it's got the original bracelet, man. That is so rare to have the bracelet, man. That is, that's a beauty, man. Look at this. This is Rolex with the diamond bezel, man. I reckon that is sexy. 12 grand. Shit, that's expensive. $12,000, man. That's probably what 2005. Yeah, all factory. Look at that. All factory. Oh, watch only. Why is it watch only? What the hell happened? Why is it only watch? That piss. Why? Who's lost the box? And it's a divorce watch. That's what it is. She won't give him back the box. They're just nasty, these women. You know that?
Come on, super chats. Come on, guys. Super fucking chats.
$2, Patrick. $2.
$2, Patrick. Thank you. Holy hell, we got 10.
Yes,
10 demand. Sorry, let's get this. We got Patrick, $2. Archie, you seem no, I'm not bored. I love Grand Seiko. I want to try it because my Japanese wife, I think it'd be good to have a Japanese wristwatch on my wrist. 10 zeal, $50. Don't worry, AC3, I'm here now. I missed all the drama yesterday, so I'm here to catch up on it. Please read out your text to the rancher asking him to sync Austin's channel. Oh, Dan, that was confidential. I can't do that, man. Man, that was confidential. Do you think I should show it, or what should I do? That was a private text. What would you do, guys? Give me the advice.
What's the question, man?
He wants me to read the private WhatsApp message I sent to the rancher.
Oh,
Let's see, Pontiff. Show it.
Nope.
Dan's
Yeah,
here.
nobody's
Dan's
watching,
here is a
Arch.
good guy.
Nobody's watching. Just some Japanese
Nobody's
turtles, you know.
Okay, let's bring it up then. Okay, I'll share it. Let's see. He's paid the bucks. Let's get it up and share. Okay. You guys asked for it. I'm going to show it to you. Here we go. You can see it on the screen now. Full screen. Okay, so this is Cliver's. He was keeping me up to date on the super chats. Read your Viking super chats. Yeah, okay. And I just said to Clivers, I love you. Because he went on to Austin's stream yesterday. I said, please continue going on Austin's stream. I want you to sync his channel.
It's true. You're a businessman. You should take care of your business, man.
Exactly. This is what I said here. And what I said to him, I tell you what I said to him. I said, this is an email I sent out there. No hard feeling. This is to Marco. I said, no hard feelings, Marco. However, I can't have you raising your profile on my stream. This is a business, and I'm here to protect my interests and make hay whilst the sun is shining. I'm happy to wish you well and sing Kumbaya with you. However, I ain't here to raise your profile. I want your fans to forget you and donate to me. This is called the commercial world. I love you, and I congratulate you on climbing it should be ladder. I went to Oxley State High. Ladder. However, my job is now to snuff you out and prevent you raising your profile. You have served me well and been handsomely rewarded. 40,000 Canadian plus.
Wow.
I hope you understand.
Whoa.
What
That's
did
a
you
lot of
think
money.
of that? What did you think of that?
I'd like 40 grand Canadian, man.
Me too.
What can you buy with that, man? You can buy a Pepsi. You can buy a...
Well, he actually got a Batgirl. He got a Batgirl.
Oh,
got
with
a
the
Batgirl.
Jubilee, yeah.
Yeah, Jubilee Batgirl, man. He got it at retail through the. That's part of the 40,000 because I've factored that in at what it's really worth in the marketplace.
Damn.
Sorry,
So-
that's why Bear says he got 50,000. If you factor that in at market prices, it's actually 50 Canadian. Apologies, Bear was correct. Sorry, I just realized my own math. I made a mistake. I apologize. I'd like to apologize out there. It is actually 50,000 Canadian. Sorry, I would like to apologize. I would like to apologize there. It's 50,000 fuckaroonies. 50,000 fuckaroonies. That's what it is, guys. Here we go.
Tanzio super chat.
Tanzil, $5. I found that pretty funny, though. This wasn't the first ship the rancher sank. He also sailed on the Titanic.
Iceberg.
Yeah, so I tell you what, guys, I got a few other chats there. Who else is interesting? Let's have a look whilst we're here. Who else have I sent messages to? I sent a few out. I sent a few out. Who else is interesting on here? I sent one to Bear. Bear's my friend. They're all good. I've got all good messages, and I'm trying to keep things happy. You know that? Happy. I want to keep people happy. That's what we're trying to do, is keep them happy. Very, very happy. So,
The ratings up, man.
yeah, it's tough. It's tough. Let's get back into this here. I want to have a look what's around the traps. Vintage Watch Co. What's interesting? Man, they desperately need stock, man. I got to be completely honest with you. This is, they're a bit low. If you, I think you'd have to. Oh, look at this, 5513.
Wow.
Now you know what's okay. So what's this one here? 5513.
It's from Brisbane. Wow.
Circa 1985. Actually, we had a request to post the link for AC Morgan. Let's get that guy on. AC Morgan is fun. He is a fun dude, this one.
Yeah. Yeah.
We love our AC Morgan. We got to get him on. And also, Plastic sent me a super chat yesterday that I left off. I'm trying to remember what the hell it was he was asking me. Shit. Let me think about that. What's this grand? I just want to have a look at this. Circa 19. Okay, so oh, this is one of the. Is it a spider? No, it's not a spider. It's got the, what is it? 5513. No, watch only. This is the very sought after model with the very aesthetically clean dial akin to the early 50s. Yeah, it was just a 1985. Look at this. It's actually that at 16 grand. I think that's a very usable 5513. So 1985. So that'd be what? That'd be like a 9 million serial number. 9 million, I think.
Fuck, man.
Yeah, that's actually not a. I got to tell you, a 5513 is a very special watch.
Yeah.
I think they're really special. Really, really special. I'd like that. I reckon that's not terrible. Because it's a 1985. It's still sort of usable. It's classic. I probably... AC Morgan! Get the AC, man! On the stream. How are you,
Yeah.
AC?
Hey, man.
Great.
Man, it is an honor to have you on the stream. What's going on? Tell me what is happening.
I'm great. How are you?
Hey, man, I am fantastic. You're a big fan of the Drew.
Hang on, I got a double. I got a double going on here.
Okay, man.
Okay, there we go.
There we go.
Now I only hear you once.
Nice shirt, man. Nice shirt.
Well,
Hey.
thank you.
He's 73 math, 2 pounds. Grand Seiko SBGK005G versus Glasshoot CQ Blue 30. I got to tell you, the Glasshoot has never been a brand for me. I never really. Let me pull this up. Let me pull it up. So give me the reference number. Can you read that to me? This SB.
SBG
Yep.
KOO5G.
Actually, this is actually quite. Is that the right number? It's not coming up.
SBGK005G.
Yeah. Let me
Thanks,
have
man.
a look here.
Welcome, brother.
SBGK005G. Actually, I got to tell you honestly, forget the bullshit. Forget the bullshit. Bullshit glass hoot. Glass hoot is, it's kind of a wannabe brand. I got no desire to get one. Absolutely no desire whatsoever to get one of these things. However, look at this here. This Grand Seiko. It's got the fluffy dial. Look at that.
Wow.
It's like a cat. You know what I mean? Like a panther or some sort of
Like a pussy.
exotic. It's amazing. Look, I love the dial layout, power reserve and sub-seconds at 9. Gazetsu polishing, the pride of Grand Seiko, the Jazetsu polishing. Look at this here.
It's a pussy polishing, man.
This is actually actually I really. How much is it? Let's have a look. What's the holy shit? 7,4 euros. Holy shit, it's expensive.
That's a lot of polishing.
That's a lot of. I mean, it's beautiful, but man, it's expensive. Okay, next super chat we got Omar, $2. Always glad to see AC on the stream. We are always happy to see AC Morgan, man. Tanzil, $20. Austin said there are 3 scenarios of a host that comes on AC3 show. 1, someone who gets made fun of. Jorez Dis. Okay, yeah, well, that's a sidekick. It's just a bit of a comedy. 2, someone just good enough to keep interest. Don Haynes, or actually I'd say JJ's like that. He's kind of just cool, sits in the back. ABC, just good little guys that, add to the show. Like AC Morgan now, you see. And 3, someone who becomes successful is 3,000 sub successful Artem. That's a good question. He was making the super chats, but look at the money stream that was flowing. He was on high income. So I got to tell you, man, that's a good point there. Austin's got some good points, but he stabbed the pontiff in the back. I begged him to come on before. It's only when he saw, show me the money. And, yeah, I got to tell you, AC, what do you collect? Tell me what you collect. Oh, Glenn Livet, what's that, 25?
Yep.
Holy shit, how much is that?
About 450 here.
So, AC, what do you do exactly? Tell me about you. What do you do? Tell me, what do you do? What are you? What do you do? What? Tell me your life story.
If I told you what I did, I'd have to kill you. No, I'm just, I have a fulfillment company that I do a lot of shipping on the internet. And I was an auctioneer and a jeweler at one point.
Yep.
And I collect watches just because I love them. And
how many do you have?
Well, now I have about 20 now. I just picked
your best
up,
watch. Your best watch.
Well, you're not gonna like it. I love my.
Oh, Ulysses Narden.
Yeah, I love this one. Although it's a bit thicker than when they use the ETA movement, because I have one in stainless steel, and I loved how thin it was.
Yeah.
But now they use their in-house movement. Now I've got an extra 1.5.
Actually, I gotta tell you, can I say this to you?
Mm-hmm.
That watch fucking suits you, man.
Does it?
Like you got you're happy, you're a successful guy. Like, they're actually expensive. They are fucking expensive.
I got this from the watch box, and I did a trade. I traded an Arnold and Son
Oh, that's garbage.
a TB88, and a Zenith that I thought was very lackluster. It was the Defy with the blue face. My other favorite is my Breguet 5827.
Ah, that's a great watch.
With the dark face. They call it black, but it's definitely a gray or a deep taupe. And then I picked up an Overseas yesterday, a VC, but a Generation 2. I don't like the Generation 3.
I gotta be totally, man, I already love you. You hit it on the head. Gen 2. I had these dickheads telling me how fantastic Gen 3 is. Okay, I admit, I don't hate Gen 3, but Gen 3 is substantially more money. You know what I mean?
Well, it's not that. You have to take a look at it. It was really strange because I was looking at Gen 2 like on Joma Shop and other places for a long time, and I really like this watch. Should I buy this watch? I couldn't decide what I wanted, a chronograph or a dual time.
So what is yours? Just a 3-hander?
No, it's a chronograph.
Oh, the chronograph. They're beautiful.
Yeah, blue face.
That's got the date at the 12.
Yeah, it's the big date.
What color dial?
Blue.
Oh shit, that's the premium
Juicy
one.
blue.
Juicy blue, yes.
And what's interesting, I don't know, you probably know because you're the pontiff, but VC and FP Jorn own a dial company together.
Yeah.
And actually, FP Jorn designed the dial for the Generation 2 chronograph.
Well, this is the thing. I think the dial on the Gen 2s, because it's a very complicated. It's got that pattern, that's hard to do.
The blue doesn't. The blue is smooth like glass.
Oh, it's smooth.
It's a real
Sorry.
deep,
Okay.
It's a real deep.
Okay. Got you.
But it's the case that's the biggest difference, and the thickness. It's about a 1.5 millimeters thicker.
Yeah.
The Gen 3, and it has a bloated case. And I'm bloated enough.
Yes.
And I don't need a bloated watch. So.
I don't like to have display case on everything as well. I like to have the solid back. I think the solid backs are nothing wrong with solid backs.
Well, I mean, apparently not, right? Look at Daytonas and everything else.
Exactly. So how much did you pay for that?
21,000.
Okay, they've gone up a lot, but that's
when
the
I was
blue.
looking at them, they were 16.
Yeah.
On Jumbo Shop, and that's a retail. I think 21 is what the retail. So I bought a blue strap in alligator and rubber from VC.
Yes. So did it come with the extra straps with it or not?
No, that's one you have to take screwdrivers to.
But didn't it come with extra straps? Even in the Gen 2, it came with the leather.
It might have, but I didn't get it.
Ah, fuck. Every cunt loses that fucking stuff. I don't know. What the fuck are they doing? Because they're expensive to buy. You know that?
I think the maids take them.
Yes. So, okay. So this is full box and papers. You got a Gen 2.
Yep.
That's beautiful. That's a nice. You got any Pateks?
Not yet.
Rolex?
No.
No Rolex.
I started out with Rolex. I started out with a Datejust white face, Roman numerals, two-tone, with the jingly Jubilee. Yeah. And then I moved to a all gold President. And for some reason, I didn't like wearing that watch. I was always worried about denting it. At that time in my life, it was, a lot of money for me. And then, then I went to a bluesy. Actually, I got it from David S.W. before he had a shop.
Yeah.
And it didn't do anything for me. So after that, I kind of left Rolex.
Was that a ceramic bluesy or non-ceramic?
No. It was non-ceramic. And then I started, I think I was buying those because they were Rolexes at the time. I wasn't really an enthusiast. I just wanted to have a Rolex.
Now, tell me this, AC. Can you see why Dis doesn't get women? Look at his fucking apartment.
I've been looking in my over here and I see my laundry room. I'm going to be shutting that door soon.
Look at seriously, did you ever seen anything?
How do you know he doesn't have a woman under the desk tied up? Although he does have an Aeron chair. So there you go.
Yeah,
He's
it's
got
just-
a
mean-
$900 chair. That's got to mean something.
Tanzil,
Can you get a woman with an Aeron chair? Can you say, come on over and look at my Aeron chair?
exactly. It's kind of like one of those, what's those funky designer ones? What are those 70s designer? What are they fucking called? Those, what's called that designer?
The sling chair?
Yeah, they were a special name for them. AC3, Tanzil, $5. AC3. The funny part is last night's host didn't pick up on the call you took midstream complaining about the IMS bearing. Spill the beans on the purchase. Yeah, I got to tell you, are you a car person, AC?
I have 2 Teslas.
Fuck!
I kind of am.
Why do you need 2?
Well, my spouse drives one and I drive the other one. So I don't know.
What
I had
model Tesla?
We have an X and a Y, and I traded a Maserati Levante, which is also called the Gavante.
I love the Levante. You know that?
I loved it, but the dealership was an hour and a half away, and the AC kept going out. Not the AC3, but the AC conditioning.
Yeah.
And driving an hour and a half was just too much.
It uses Chrysler AC. Can't you just go to a Jeep dealer?
No.
They're just as hopeless as Maserati.
It's a beautiful car. It had a beautiful sound. It was very comfortable. It was plush. I had it loaded out, but it went through tires and brakes like crazy. I mean, tires within 8,000 to 9,000 miles.
You're not supposed to use the brakes. You know that, don't you?
Is that what I did wrong?
Yeah. I had an Italian car. I had an Alfa Romeo. And this mechanic said to me, he goes, it's going to last a lot longer if you don't use it. I thought, right, it's time to get rid of this piece of shit.
Yeah, that's basically what it comes down to.
Yeah. It's... David N, $5. Dis, show us the Pink Floyd animal poster. Rock on Dis.
There it is.
There you
There
go.
it is. Thank you.
See, I got to be totally honest with you there. I was talking to a friend of mine, and, I've always wanted a Porsche. I always loved Porsche. Porsche is kind of special to me. I don't know why. It's always been out of reach. It's kind of just hang on. I'll grab this super chat. The Pine Baron, $20. It's an Eames chair. An Eames. An Eames.
Yeah.
An Eames chair designed by Charles Eames in California.
Yep,
Herman Miller was the distributor. Check out the
should know these
documentary on
things.
him if you love it. I love industrial design. Eames, the architect and the painter. By the way, guys, that Tony, what's that Levinson guy? That Levinson guy? He's done a few streams with my competitor. Fuck, he lives in a Frank Lloyd Wright house.
Wow.
And I got to tell you something. Fuck me, Dad. He's so boring. So fucking boring, that guy. Man, he's just so boring. He's so boring. But, I was looking at a Porsche. I'm always looking at Porsches, okay? I'm always looking on car sales at Porsches, okay? That's kind of just who I am. I'm Tanzil or Pine Barrel or both. Sorry. I'm just getting the car up. Tan the man. I'm calling it up. Just gonna send it. Just hang on, guys. I gotta switch it to this to get that. Here we go. I'm gonna show you. This was the car. The cars have gone crazy. I don't know what's happened with all this COVID. Everyone wants to buy a car. Okay.
45% increase in used car prices.
It's ridiculous. Okay, it's absolutely ridiculous.
It's all gonna come down. It's all gonna come down.
Okay, I hope so. Let me show you a car I was looking at. So this is more of a vintage. You guys are going to shit yourself. I got to tell you, the real legend is that Tanzil. Very quickly, Kurt A, Instagram, superlative _ ATX, $5. For real watch talk, check out Todd Levin on Bobby Google's channel. What's that noise? What's that noise?
Not me. I have no children.
Is that you, Mark?
No,
We
sir.
haven't learned how to do that yet.
Is that you, Dis?
Might have been.
Okay. Okay.
It's that gal he has all taped up under
Oh,
his desk.
boy.
Okay, here we go. Here we go. This is a Porsche I was looking at. Look at
Oh,
this here.
no.
These are becoming collectible. Look, 50,000, 48,000. Look at this. So it's a Boxster. It's a 986. That's the first series. Manual, and it's an S, a Boxster S. Look at it. It
That's-
looks.
You won't fit in
Can I
it.
say something?
I can't fit in it.
Archie,
But I reckon I love these. I'm starting to think about these are becoming classic cars now.
don't buy it, Archie.
Why?
It's always had a bad transfer case and gearbox from day one.
Ah,
It's the worst selling Porsche in America. The worst selling Porsche in America.
And
The
you
worst
feel like a sardine in a
Porsche
can.
yeah, I know. I don't know what it is. The fantasy. I always wanted. I'm a fantasist. You know, I tell you something. You know, that perf luxury guy. He's a delusional fantasist, right? He thinks he's James Bond. I'm a bit of a delusional fantasist of I think this will be a reliable car. You know that?
No,
It's got 40,000. It's got 30,000 miles on it. 30,000. Look at that. 40,000 kilometers. Not much Ks, is it?
That car is as reliable right now as the Cadillac Brougham.
AC, what do you think of the Cadillac? It's not a. It's the Cadillac Fleetwood Brougham.
That's
AC,
even worse.
you reckon it's that bad?
Oh yes, Ponder. I wouldn't lie to you.
Why is it so bad? Can I ask you this?
Just bad engine. Just bad engine. Just
That's the North Star. The
yeah,
North
yeah, yeah.
Star.
that year. The GM
The
came out
electronics.
with
There's
a
too much
slew of
crap.
bad engines. Yes, and he's right. Just bad electronics.
Okay, I'm going to bring this up because this is actually my dream car. I tell you what I want to do. Okay, once this COVID bullshit is over,
Come on
I
over to
wanna
Chicago.
I'm gonna me and the wife are gonna come into America in California, or well, where do you get cars cheaper? Miami, California, Midwest.
Midwest.
Like what's that? Oklahoma?
Oklahoma, Ohio, Chicago, Michigan, Wisconsin. Cars are
Okay.
cheaper. Miami
Okay.
and California cars are 10 times the price.
Oh, okay. There you go. That's why I'm asking. Okay, I want to get one of these. You see this? This is the exact color I want. I want this royal metallic blue with the chrome underneath. This is the most beautiful, elegant limousine I've ever seen in my life, and it's got a reliable North Star motor in it.
And you
No,
need little
sir.
flags. You need little fender flags with. The
I know. I want the presidential flag on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This. Why do you Americans hate this thing? I think it's sexy. I think it's the most beautiful
Well,
car ever made.
Reliable and North Star don't go together in the same sentence.
The basic engine. I mean, as an engine,
Yeah.
yes, but
Just out of interest,
then
I
it
was going to
has
answer this
all the
chat here. Kurt
powerful
A.
crap.
Todd Levinson is so fucking boring. I don't know if AC man, come on, man. You've
I've seen him. Mhm.
He's fucking boring, isn't he?
He's very smart.
He's incredibly smart. But you know what I hate about him most? I asked him about cars. He's not a car. He doesn't even own a car. Would you trust a man who doesn't own a car?
Well, does he live in New
No
York?
way.
Or,
He lives in New Jersey.
No, you gotta get
No.
a car in New Jersey.
Fuck
Hey,
me
Arch.
dead. Yes.
We had a prime minister in Israel who got murdered. You heard about him? It's Yitzhak Rabin
Okay. Why was
in
he murdered?
1995.
Yeah.
So he was driven in this Cadillac Fleetwood 1994, I think, with a little Israel flag on it.
Oh, you're joking.
I'm serious, man. I visited the car, man. It's crazy.
Yitzhak Rabin.
Yeah, he got killed.
Ted-
Yeah, man.
Tanzil, $10. Porsche stands by their statement of 70% of all Porsches made are still on the road. I don't think 70% of Cadillacs made in the last 10 years are still on the road. Tan! I just love it. You know what I love about this? I feel like Bill Clinton in this car.
Getting
wanna be
BJs, man.
See if you
Man,
can get
seriously,
a blue
look,
dress to go with
Can
it.
I ask you, seriously, AC, you're a
Yeah.
stylish man, right? You're wearing a fucking Ulysses Narden. You're a happy-go-lucky... I know this bullshit. You're a happy-go-lucky guy, right?
For the most part.
What the fuck is ugly about this? Please, I love this. This is beautiful.
Nothing's ugly
Big
about it.
car,
And the reason
presidential.
yeah.
What's wrong with it?
There's nothing ugly about it. I like the skirt, the rear skirts. I had when I grew up, my parents had a 1969 Buick Electra 225, and it had skirts. A little
They
bit.
were upper middle class, weren't they?
He was in the military. He was high up in the military.
Like what rank?
When he left the military, he was a full bird colonel.
Okay.
And
because Buick was not for the working classes, you know that, don't you?
yeah, he like Buick is considered here like an old man's car.
No, but the status in the 60s, if you had a Buick, you were successful, weren't you?
Right. And that's what I'm sure he was trying to project.
Do you think it worked?
My mom thought so.
Now you sound like you're a bit. Did you and your dad have a good relationship?
Yeah, pretty good. Yeah.
Why aren't you buying into his view of the world? Can I ask you that?
I didn't buy into any part of his view of the world. I actually went into the military to try to make him happy, and that didn't work for me at all. And then it just, everybody.
What
dances
rank
to a
did you
different
become
rhythm.
in the military, AC? Private AC now. What rank were you, AC?
I was an E5 right before becoming a commissioned officer, because I was in ROTC in Cal Poly in San Luis Obispo.
You were Lieutenant AC Morgan.
Well, no,
Sir!
I was going to be, and I had a physical
You an ensign,
problem.
ensign, weren't you?
That's the Navy, I believe.
Oh, okay. So what happened then?
Lieutenant
AC Morgan, sir!
I dropped out of college, and there went the commission. I dropped out of college.
What year was this?
1984, 85.
Was he disappointed you dropped out?
I'm sure.
AC Morgan, sir!
Wait, we missed the super chat. David
Sorry.
N. Mark is Porsche Macan reliable.
Oh, sorry. Here we go here. David N, $2. Mark, is the Porsche Macan reliable?
Yes, it is.
There we go. But
This
don't
is
keep it too long.
yeah.
Don't keep it too long. After 5 to 7 years, get rid of the piece of shit. How old
After
is
the
your
warranty's
Macan,
over.
Mark? How old is your Macan, Mark?
Oh, I sold mine.
Okay, good idea. AC, tell me this. Was he disappointed in you that you pulled out of the military?
Probably, but there was
And
no
what did you
browse.
do?
There was no. I became a pawnbroker, and I became a goldsmith.
Have you seen that documentary, Broke, Canadian Pawn Shop?
I like A1 or something like that.
Yeah, A1 Trading.
Yeah. I see it. It's on my feed all the time, but I've never clicked onto it.
It is fucking amazing. It's got this Jewish guy, South African Jewish guy, who runs this pawn shop in somewhere in Canada. Looks like a fucking shithole, right?
Wait, what it's called? What is it called?
Some shit. I don't know what
Broke.
it's called. Broke. The video is called Broke. It's A1 Trading. It's a pawn shop in Canada. And
What is that? A movie or something?
no, it's a documentary.
On where? Netflix?
No, on fucking
YouTube.
YouTube.
Oh, okay.
There's nothing else but YouTube.
Yeah, nothing else. Exactly right, AC. So, AC, you became a pawnbroker.
With my grandfather, he was a Jewish guy that I had met when I was collecting coins. He had a coin store, and then
Yeah.
when I became a goldsmith apprentice, after I learned how to do goldsmithing, then I became the shop person to polish all the identifying things off of the gold jewelry and melt it down so the police can't get it.
Was it that dodgy?
No.
Yes.
But
no.
it's an icky kind of business because you're dealing
You
with
became a
people.
millionaire, but AC.
Not by that.
How did you become a millionaire?
Making gay pride stuff.
You're joking.
No. Every rainbow sticker, every
Are
mug.
you gay yourself, if you don't mind me asking? Because
Of
I
course
do
I
love.
am.
I love gay men. I
You
love
know
gay
that.
men.
You know about me and Drew.
Yes.
Who's
Yeah.
Drew?
Drew is our peacock. We bring him out from time
Wait,
to
you
time.
you see the peacock? There's Drew's peacock. Right?
Ah.
Yeah, I know who's Drew.
Because you said
yeah.
your partner. I thought you might have been married. I thought, oh, he might be.
No, I am. I'm just teasing.
You-
Drew is, I'm sure.
So
Straight.
you,
He's straight. He's just a good sport.
he's a good sport. He's a good sport.
Very good sport.
So you are gay, bud.
Yeah,
Nothing wrong with being gay. I love
No.
gay men. I love
I'm
gay
not-
men.
I
Of
do
course,
too.
So did I.
So tell me this.
And I love straight men.
Tell me this. Okay, so you made gay pride shit.
That's what I called it too, because I just wasn't. It made money.
Hey, man,
It wasn't anything because before that I was an antique auctioneer. And
How did your dad find you being gay, if you don't mind? That must have been a colonel. They were difficult times then. People had different mentality then. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, but he was better about it than my mother was. I mean, my dad was kind of guy who would just say that's bullshit. It's bullshit. And that was it. It's bullshit, and that was it. And that's okay if he whatever he thought. I'm not out to change people's minds. But he still supported me. He was helped me every bit that he could. And in 2011, he developed dementia, and that was a very hard thing to deal with. And I had to bring him. At that time, I lived in Texas, and he was in California. And I would get phone calls. Your dad jumped out of the car. We can't find him. And I'm like, I am 2,000 miles away. What do you want me to do about it? So I had to go get him and trick him into driving back with me to Texas to put him in care because he was gone. And
how old was he then?
he was only 71.
Fuck, that's not old.
Mm-mm.
My dad's 73.
Cherish every moment with him because you never know.
And it's very sad to be a fucking. He was a colonel. You're saying.
Very strong. Everybody liked him. He would do anything for anybody.
He was quite well off himself, I take it.
Well, at that rank, they're not doing bad. I think when he retired, he was getting a good stipend. I don't know, about probably $80,000 a year, which when your house is paid for, that's a lot of money, and it's a lot of money now, really. And so yeah, life is tragic, right? Right now, my spouse is in hospice right here in the house.
Oh,
Shit.
best of health, man. Hope for the best.
Just very quickly, Tanzil, $5. What's all this BS about the community? It's like these knobs have never opened a thread on the Rolex forum, or any other watch group. This hobby is all about snobbery. You could say that. You could say that. You could certainly.
Archie, have you ever been in love?
I've been in love a few times.
He's in love right now.
Yeah.
No, I miss being in love. I miss making love with a beautiful woman and feeling her entire body.
Oh boy.
All the juices and all the bad stuff. Everything. It's everything. You don't mind. You don't care. You love her because she's a fucking human being. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no, I understand exactly. And that's the beautiful thing about money. You can buy anything you want there. And I think for you, Dis, I got to be completely honest with you.
You got to clean your office.
I think
Dis. Yeah.
I think honestly, to be honestly truthful with you, man,
Yeah.
Israel is not the fucking country for you. You need to go to Japan. That's pussy paradise.
Yeah,
Okay.
man. I gotta get some
This
pussy.
is
Gotta
not
get some
your
ass.
country. Israel is not working for you. Get the fuck out. Okay, I'm telling you honestly, it's not fucking working for you. I can see it. I can see it very quickly. Tanzeel, thank you so much for the super chats here, man. Tanzeel, $5. Rank the following people most likely to least likely that could sync a live stream. Producer Mark, Dis, Loudmouth Tim, and Clive. I'd say Loudmouth Tim, Clive, Dis, and then Producer Mark. Producer Mark's okay. And I got to tell you, AC Morgan, you know, you got to remember this. A good host brings out the best from his crew. And we're having, look, AC Morgan, he's a flamboyant guy. I'm just interviewing. Like, I find it, like, he came on, I thought, shit, who is this guy? But, you know, I never realized you had a dad who was a fucking colonel. You had because we're talking about Cadillac Brogans, Fleetwood Brogans. Look at this. See, it's a winner's circle. These Brogans are winner. Now, I want to ask you, AC, your mum, what happened to your mum then? Is she alive still?
No, she died in 2007, which is what I think.
How many
put my
brothers and
dad-
sisters did you have?
I have one sister, one sister.
You close to your sister?
Yeah. She lives in Santa Barbara area.
Okay. And the last car your dad had was the Buick, or what did he have?
No, the last car he had was a Chevy Malibu. He was a GM guy. He was a mechanic, you know. He was an ordnance officer, so he was in maintenance. He ran there's called MATES, which is Mobilization and Training Equipment Site. It's at Camp Roberts, and I'm not going to.
So what was the last
California.
statement car he had? That's the best way to put. What was the last statement?
A 77 Corvette, white with red leather interior.
The Coca-Cola bottle shape one.
Yeah, or the Stingray. It wasn't technically a Stingray. Stingray stopped in 1976, and in '77 they quit calling it a Stingray, and then '78 they came out with that horrible back window, hatchback window.
So tell me, what happened then? What happened to him? So he had his Corvette. Did he still have his Corvette? When did he get rid of that?
He sold that probably about 2 years before he died.
I see. He didn't give it to you?
No, I didn't. I really didn't like it. He had a '71 El Camino.
Yeah.
I kind of wanted that, but you know, you can't keep everything.
Yes.
You know, cars especially. He had a lot of cars and horse trailers and just too much stuff.
I see. So that Buick. Let me just bring this Buick up. I really want to know what sort of Buick he had. What was it? A Buick? Give me what it is.
A 1969.
1969.
Buick Electra 225.
225.
Yeah.
They were expensive cars.
A two-door, not a four-door.
Holy shit! That's nice, man.
What color?
He said that four doors were weak, that the bodies were weak. It was gold with a white. No, it was gold with a dark brown vinyl top. You know, vinyl tops were the things then.
What? So he had the two-door.
Two-door.
Okay, that's
what I drove. That's what I drove. I drove that and the El Camino to high school.
He let you drive it?
Of course, we called it the FBI mobile. And
why did he let you drive it, man? He must have really loved you to let him.
Well, because he drove the El Camino to work, and my mother drove the Corvette, and this was the older family car. And I would take but you know, you could fit, you know, that song Love Shack. You could fit, you know, 20 people in there, and we would cruise up and down the street with the radio blaring, and then we had it had a electric antenna, and we thought that was great.
Actually, I also, my parents had a car with electric. I thought it was amazing. Yeah.
And we would drive up to people walking down the street. We'd roll down the window really slow, and we'd say, FBI.
Cars and Chrono to chat. Cars and Chrono. Come on, Cars and Chrono. Cars and Chrono, we want you on here, man. He's a huge car guy. Get Cars and Chrono guy on there. Cars
Archie,
and Chrono.
Can I be honest with you, Archie? I'm just so lonely. I'm so tired of being lonely, man. I'm about to cry now, man.
Seriously, can I explain this to you, man? This is not the right fucking country to be in. You got to get your ass over to. What you need to do is
Yeah.
Dis.
Yeah,
What you
man.
need? I love you, Dis. Okay.
I love
Dis.
you too, man.
I love you. Look, seriously, you need to clean up your shit, become a minimalist, get rid of all that garbage, and then you can pack up, leave stuff with your parents' house, and fuck off to Japan. That's what you need to do. There's nothing for you in Israel. Believe you me, I remember I was so lonely. I was so depressed. I lost my job, and I went over to Asia. I flew Cathay Pacific from Australia for Brisbane to Hong Kong, and I remember on Cathay Pacific had these beautiful Hongkonese girls, and I'm thinking, you know what? I don't even need to sleep with one of these girls. If I could just have a friend like this, I would be happy. That's how lonely and desperate I was.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, you got to get.
Yeah.
If you like women, you've got to get yourself to Asia. Israel is only going to work for you if you've got a Mercedes convertible or Mercedes. You need a Mercedes E-Class coupe. And you need a beautiful apartment. If you can't afford that, you get yourself over to Asia. You don't listen to me.
I want to
Now,
doggy
AC
style some Japanese girls in an elevator, man.
Look, you
Know what I
need to
mean?
just calm down a bit. Just concentrate on getting you. I think realistically, you say that because you want to act macho, right? Look, AC, I can see this guy. He's just saying that because he wants to act macho, but he really wants to have somebody to love. See, he says that because
He wants
he's got
to squeeze the juices out of him. He just told you.
He just
Yeah.
wants to. I think, honestly, he's just a decent guy. Unfortunately, he's in. Let me tell you this. I got to tell you, this Buick Electra, did you like it as a kid?
Yeah, it had
Oh,
a
thank you.
430 engine in it, 4-barrel
So your
carburetor,
dad
430.
would. So you drove this around. This is the sort of thing it was?
Yeah.
What sort of interior? Had a leather interior?
No. It was a quilted, like a embroidered
Yeah.
gold interior.
Yes.
You know.
And what
with
did your dad
part
have at the
shiny.
same time? He was driving the what?
A 71 El Camino. Which is a
1971
El Camino. That's
El Camino SS.
No. It was just a three. It was called the El Camino Malibu. It was a California edition. It was rosewood paint color, and it had the little wood strip in the back on the tailgate.
So it was a coupe, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's basically a
Why are these
Malibu car that they cut the back off.
It's like the Ute in Australia. The Ute.
It is a Ute?
Yes, it's the
Ah,
American
it's like
Ute.
that. Ah.
Yeah.
Archie, I gotta get to Japan,
Legend.
man.
And it was and the funny thing is, it was designed by an Australian, but they never sold it in Australia. They sold it in America.
Hey, Dis, we'll come back to you, Dis. Dis, you got to get some sleep. I think you need some sleep, man. It's bloody 3 a.m. now. Dis, we'll talk about this next show because I'm talking to the Colonel's son here. Okay, rank, sir. I'm talking to the Colonel's son. And look, we'll come. Dis, you got to get some sleep.
Sorry,
man.
Diz, I'd help you out if I was closer.
Yeah, man, you got to seriously for you. You got to. This is what you do. You clean up your shit. You put your boxes in storage at your parents' house. You take your basic watches and you fuck off to Asia because there's nothing for you in Israel. There is nothing for you. That's what you need to do. Now, just go and get some sleep, and we'll talk about it tomorrow. AC.
Yeah.
I'm really interested in this here. What sort of watches did your dad wear?
He wore a Bulova and a Seiko.
Here we go. Sorry, the Royal Cars and Chrono, $10. Another time, Pontiff lounging by pool, enjoying the stream. No worries there. What sort of watch? He wore a Boulevard. That's that fucking humming watch. You know that?
He had a Bulova and he had a Seiko, and that's about it.
You go and have a lie down, Art. Go and have a lie down, Dis, okay?
He was a cowboy, so everything had to have like snakeskin.
Dis, you got to lie down.
I got a doggy style, some Japanese.
Okay, that's enough for you for today. See you later, Dis. He doesn't listen. He just, I don't know what's wrong with that guy. He doesn't listen. It's 3 a.m. there, you know? Tanzeel, $10. Considering commissioning Artem to write the book. Luxury to last, collecting live super chats. The foreword to be written by the rancher and the audio book read by Austin Daniels. Good business idea. I got to hand it. That is very, very cool. And we got the real Cars and Chrono. Thank you so much, Cars and Chrono. So sorry. So your dad drove around in this. Was this a tough car? What is this? I thought a Colonel would have something more prestigious.
Well, he had that 77 Corvette.
So Mum had the. He must have
So
loved
it-
your mum.
Well, he bought it for himself. My mother took it over. My mother was a shorter German lady with a very strong personality and temper. My dad used to be late because my dad liked to party, and he was late to dinner. My mother would stand on the side of the entry door on a chair with a rolling pin in her hand, and when my dad walked through the door, she'd hit him in the head with the rolling pin.
Oh, you're joking. Why so nasty?
I don't know.
Isn't that violent? I mean, would you?
I had a pretty violent upbringing, I think. A lot of screaming, a lot of fighting. But it is what it is, right?
Yeah, what year were you born?
64.
Okay. And who do you blame most for that? Your mum or your dad? Who was the...
Blame what?
The violence.
Both. It takes two to tango.
So your mum would have been raised as a kid during World War II, virtually.
She World War II. My grandfather was killed in World War II.
That would have been a hard life,
She told me stories about stepping over dead bodies in the bomb shelters and living off potatoes that she grew in her backyard. The whole. But I'm sure it was pretty bad, and bombs falling. And she married a serviceman in Germany. It wasn't my father; it was her first husband. And then she moved to Barstow, California. I don't know where you know where that is, but it's in the desert. It's a real shithole. And she met my father. She was working at a Coronet, which is like a 5 and dime store.
Yep.
And she divorced her first husband and married my father. She had my sister with her. My sister was born in 58. My sister came to America with my mother and her father at that time. So,
I see.
So I was born in Barstow, California.
And your dad, when was he born? Your dad was born.
He was born in Longview, Texas in 1941.
Oh, okay.
See, with all this information, somebody's going to steal my fucking identity.
I don't know. Who fucking...
I know, it's locked down
What
anyway.
the fuck can they do? But, it's just interesting. It's interesting because you don't realize... this is the funny thing. Someone said, "Oh, this COVID is so bad." I said, "Guys, you haven't understand bad. World War II was a monster catastrophe, and the world didn't stop."
And it's still today. I was in Berlin in 2015, and the buildings still have patched bullet holes all over them. I mean, there's still damage from World War II all over Germany.
Yes. Oh, definitely. So this Corvette, did you drive it was a 4-speed?
No, it was an automatic.
Fuck.
Yeah, it was a 350 engine. So, it was kind of a wanker Corvette. It wasn't the fastest. It was a Corvette.
GB $2. I live in Longview, Texas. Small world.
Maybe the Morgans of Longview, Texas. We have a family cemetery outside of Longview.
I see. Wow. I got to tell you, so your Corvette, did you have the T roof? The T roof there?
Yeah, T-top.
You did, like this?
Yeah, it looked exactly like that.
What color interior?
Red leather.
Like this?
Yeah.
Do you have cool wheels like this?
I can't see if there's hubs in the middle of those wheels. They look like those don't look like original wheels.
So, no, they're not original wheels. I totally get that. So this was the 351. That was the smaller V8.
No, they were smaller than that, but that was the most common V8. I think the 350. And I'm sure my dad bought it because he was a mechanic and he knew.
Did he buy these new? Did he buy these cars new?
Yeah, all brand new. Yeah.
All brand new.
Yeah. That's one habit I'm trying to break, because every car I've ever purchased was brand new except for a 76 Jag XJ12. I bought that used.
They saw you coming. They saw you coming. You know what? You buy an XJ6.
It had a Chevy 350 engine in it.
Actually, it might have been reliable then.
Except for the electronics and all the fog
Lucas,
controls.
the Prince of Darkness. Haven't you heard that? They're all Lucas electronics in British cars. The Prince of Darkness.
Later on, I had an XJ-L. When they first came out, I think it was 2012. That was the best car, one of the best cars I ever had. I had no problems with it at all.
So tell me this. Your dad, he had the Boulevard.
Mm-hmm.
That's the humming watch, right?
It was an Accutron, yeah.
I fucking hate those watches. You know that? Your mum, what did your mum wear?
She wore a Rolex.
What?
Yeah, President.
What? How the fuck did she get that?
She made my dad buy it. He bought it from Fort Worth Gold and Silver Exchange.
So tell me this. Your dad was on good money, really. When he was a commissioned officer, he's earning good middle-class money.
Yeah.
Did they love each other or not?
I think so. Yeah, they had to put up with what they put up with. I mean, I think my mother's death is what sent my dad into dementia. I mean,
Racing $10. Archie, are you happy with the way your ratings are increasing? Your knowledge and charisma is way better than the snakes and rodents of the old crew. Thank you so much there. So, how did your mum die, if that's not too personal?
No, I have no secrets. It's kind of you want to hear the story?
Sure.
Okay. I don't want to bore everybody. But my partner's mother, she died in 2007 in February as well. And we had just gone to her funeral and buried her.
Yeah.
And this is in Arroyo Grande. My mother lived in Paso Robles, and we were driving through Paso Robles back up to San Francisco because we lived in San Francisco at the time.
How old was your mum at this stage?
She was 69.
Okay.
And we think. She's never not very honest about her age.
Yeah, no, because the Germans, that's fair, true. Yeah, true.
She told everybody she was born in 41, but she was born in 37 as far as we can decide. Anyhow, so we were driving through, and I was thinking, let me stop by and see my mother. And I thought to think, oh, that's going to be great, right? Yeah. Let's go by and see my living mother after we just buried my partner's mother, right? So I said, that wouldn't be a wise thing. But what I didn't know is she was in the hospital, because that's the way she was. She wouldn't tell you to punish you. It's like, don't tell anybody I'm sick. They don't care about me anyway, and that kind of crap. You know, that's what I live with
passive aggressive,
perpetual guilt trips. And I got home in San Francisco. And then my dad called and said, you better come back. You better come to, he didn't even know I went through. He said, you got to come down. Your mother's in the hospital. That's all I knew. But when I came back, and I went to, it was a Twin Cities Hospital, which is in Templeton. Yeah. She was on life support. And that was it. What happened is she broke her ankle.
Yeah.
She had diabetes, and this hospital in Templeton is they call it the Widowmaker, because everybody dies who goes there. They didn't put the little airbags on her legs to keep her blood circulation going. So when she stood up to go to the restroom, she fell back dead. She had a embolism.
Oh, I see.
And so when I got there, she was in the bed, and they unplugged her, and that was the end of it.
Very sad story there. So tell me this.
Life is sad.
Your mother, okay, so your mother, she was quite an attractive woman in the day?
Yes. In the day, she was like, she fancied herself, like a model. I have pictures from the 50s where she's laying on the hood of an old car and, lipstick all dolled up. She was, the cat's meow. And as she aged and, gained weight and had back issues and things, she became more and more angry because it was hard for her to accept, that you're not going to be beautiful forever. I mean, I accept it.
You're still very beautiful, AC.
Thank you, Archie.
You're a very good-looking guy. I think the thing about men is, we're more judged on the size of our wallets than the beauty. Like, you look like just a guy who's lived life, enjoyed life with that flamboyant shirt, and
Robert Graham.
beautiful. It's beautiful. I love it. I love it. And you're drinking a good scotch. Man, what more does a man want?
I tell you, the Balvenie 21 is way better than this.
I see. My God. Yes. I love a good Bell. I'm actually going sober for 6 months.
I know. I was present during all of that.
Yeah.
I had 2 hip surgeries, and you entertained me through all those hip surgeries.
Hey man, that's
all
so
I did
cool.
was lay in bed and watched Archie from the day one until now.
That's fantastic. That's fantastic. I got to tell you, that's an interesting story there. Like I've unfortunately, my mother died of breast cancer when she was 37, which is a tragic thing. And at the time, I kind of accepted it. You kind of, you think, okay, but later on, I've become very bitter and angry at Jesus and the world for this. And that's partly why I don't tolerate, if I'm not having fun doing things, I just, I'm not going to just bullshit along. I just want to do my own thing.
Mm-hmm.
My dad, he's quite healthy. He's 73.
I just saw the last video you did.
Yeah, he's very healthy.
Looks like a nice, great guy.
Yeah, he's a great guy. Look, they all have their thing, like he owned an investment apartment. I never stayed once in his investment, his holiday home. I drove his Mercedes once when I was taking it to the shop to get repaired because he needed someone to take to, but that's just how they were in that era. It's a different era.
Yeah, definitely.
My dad was born in 48. Okay, he was born in 48, December 48, so probably 49, really. Because it was his birthday's Boxing Day. Boxing Day, okay? But the thing is, I got to tell you this. The thing is, right, it's funny because my dad he's always loved Mercedes, right?
Mm-hmm.
But he he is specialized. He was an accountant. He specialized in accountancy and this. He said, oh, so-and-so, he went to the Conservatorium of Music. His teacher had a Mercedes. I said, what model was it? He goes, I don't know. It was a Mercedes. I said, was it a W such and such? No, it was just a Mercedes. I said, see, he loved Mercedes, but he never learnt nothing about them. You know, like for me, I want to know the lineage. Okay, you've got the 600. Then before the 600, you had the Edenhauer, which was the limousine from the 50s. The Mercedes. Then you had the Gullwing. It led to this. I like to know how it sort of. He doesn't give a fuck. It's just a Mercedes. He wants the new one. All he wants is the new one. The new one. And it's kind of sad because he doesn't really have any. He's very specialized in his field.
But think about it. Is it really sad? I mean, sometimes we agonize too much about the details in things. Maybe it's okay just to like a Mercedes because it's a Mercedes and it's pretty and it's comfortable and it's German and it's expensive. Yes. Maybe those are enough reasons. When I had Rolexes because they're Rolexes and they're expensive and people are going to look at me and go, "Ooh, is that a Rolex?" I was in that stage at that time.
Yeah. And Doc BBW. Speaking of expensive, hello, Doc BBW.
How's it going, gentlemen?
I got AC on today. He's very interesting
I'm kissing his box.
Yes,
I want you to get Drew in a box next to me so I'm dyslexic. I can go.
Drew, his ethnicity, I've worked out his good looks. He's half Ukrainian and half Puerto Rican. Did you know that?
No.
That's why he looks.
But 100% gorgeous.
100% I mean, I'm a straight guy, and I even think he's gorgeous.
I like his new hair too. It's the kind of just fluffy and flying.
Yeah.
Again,
Yeah,
I don't
so-
want to creep it out. Drew, if you're watching, I'm not a creep. I'm not a stalker.
No. It's all in good taste here on the Archie Luxury channel.
It's fun.
I got to tell you, this is very interesting story talking about AC's life here. And I got to ask the question. So your dad, the dementia, that's a horrible, I don't think, I mean, you can lose someone in a car accident or, cancer. But dementia is such a cruel disease because you look at this person who's built up, to be a colonel, let's be completely honest, you've got to be a bit of a cunt, don't you? It's not kissing. You've got to be vicious and nasty.
He had a.
It's very political.
He had a temper on him.
He would have gone to Vietnam, wouldn't he?
No, he didn't go.
But he would have been involved in a lot of strategy in that there for Vietnam.
A lot of sending the supplies. He did. He worked on the munitions, like the tanks and the optics.
He was pro-Vietnam or anti-Vietnam?
I never really talked to him about that.
Okay.
I think he probably would have had the idea that we should keep our ass here and not mess with other people in their countries.
Yes.
Which is, America's.
Did he go to any service? Did he serve in any conflicts?
No conflicts.
Fuck, he's lucky.
He's lucky.
He's very lucky.
I think he did something with the Watt riots. I think he was part of the National Guard response to that, I believe.
Okay.
Most higher ups in the military, though, are very, loyal to the system. So they're not going to spend a lot of time speaking out against it for the most part.
No, he wasn't. He was, just, cutting. He was a cowboy.
Yeah.
He just wanted to ride his horse.
So he met this beautiful German woman.
Mm-hmm.
He married her.
Made me.
And they had a life together then, didn't they? Yeah. They made you, yes.
They made me.
And how did you get on with your sister?
Well, we're still we talk almost every day. And
did your dad get on with her?
They had a little bit of a. My sister and my mother, and they didn't get along very much. I think maybe it's hard being the stepchild. Who knows?
Well, they're half sister.
Yeah.
She wasn't his step.
No. His stepchild would be.
Yeah. I see what you mean. Because he had the money, really, didn't he?
Yeah, my mother never worked, except for at Cornet when she met my father, and then quit her job.
Yes, of course.
I'm sure she was looking for a better life.
Oh, of course. You can't blame her for that, but can you?
No.
Is that a bad thing?
Not at all. That's the way it works.
Exactly. So your dad probably wanted a glamour puss.
Yeah.
Someone beautiful
to
help him with his arm candy and go to the military things he needs to go to and keep a house.
Produce beautiful children.
Exactly. Exactly. What's wrong with that?
Nothing.
And it's sort of life can be very tragic there. It's sort of it is sad like that. Now, sorry, I digress. Your mother insisted on a president. What happened? How do you know that she insisted on him buying a president? How do you know this?
Because I was involved in getting it for him.
Oh, what happened? Tell me what happened. How old was she when she got it?
It was 1992, right after I shut
it'd
down.
be a 69178 then.
Right after I shut down my my jewelry store. I had a jewelry store, and I shut it down in '92 to do.
And how did she know she wanted a president? What did she say? What did she wear before the president?
She had a. I still have it. I'm trying to think.
She had naturally good taste.
She had a seiko. She had a gold tone, all metal seiko.
And what did she say when she wanted the present? How did she know she wanted it? Tell me what happened.
She's wanted it because it was the best watch that she could get. You know, it's like she said, and I want a 1 carat diamond, and I want, you know, she was getting into that point where she felt that she had to have these certain things to make, you know, she was very much into being, what am I trying to say?
Status.
I don't want to, yeah, she was very much into the status. I don't want to say anything disparaging.
But could your dad afford that? He could afford that, but he was quite,
Yeah.
he was quite comfortable.
Yeah.
Was that a bad thing? I mean, we all want certain things, don't we?
It's not a bad thing, but it's a bit superficial, you know. And I find I'm right in the middle of it, you know. I mean, I am that. I mean, I find myself being victim to that all the time, and I don't know.
It wouldn't be over the top, though. I mean, it wouldn't be.
Well, for Paso Robles, that would be kind of over the top. You're talking about a little country town in California. Yeah, I doubt there were very many Rolexes in town. She maybe
Paso Robles, very famous with James Dean.
Yes, he wrapped his Porsche around a tree on Highway, I think 46.
That was the 550 Porsche.
Yeah, it was actually Cholam.
I think he hit a station wagon.
No, it was a convertible.
No. I mean, I think he
hit a station wagon.
Yeah.
No. He wrapped it around. He might have, but he ended up wrapped around a tree because there's a
that's right.
Right.
It's
a
right
monument
it's T-bone.
of a piece of metal.
Yeah. No, he got
tree.
tossed around for sure. Yeah, exactly.
No seatbelts. Tanzil, $5. The AC3 show has always been best with an antagonist. Let's do a roll call. TVG, TGV, Adrico, rest in peace. M7, Rancher, TPG, Artem, Austin Daniels. Who's next?
I don't want to go. I don't want to go.
I got to tell you, a very interesting story there. So your mother, she said to you, I want a Rolex. Did she get a 1 carat diamond? What? First thing, I ask you this, please. Please, girlfriend, tell me what sort of 1 carat. I want the color, clarity, and
Would you like me to show it to you? I made it into a ring for me.
Yeah, show it to us.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
I gotta check on my spouse as well.
Okay, that's okay. You go and do that there. Mark, producer Mark, we got you in the corner. That's good. You just behave, because sometimes, Mark, I got to be honest with you, you got nothing fucking good to say. Just shut up and sit there. And that's the best thing we can do sometimes. Like this. What the fuck is wrong with this? I mean, some of that content was a little bit avant-garde.
You mean his own personal streams? What are you talking about?
No, his own. He's just saying he wants to find a Jap. I mean, can you be honest with you? That guy couldn't find he couldn't find
Green Room.
Green Room. How are you?
Yeah, I'm all right. How are you all doing?
Yeah. We got the Doc on. This is my good friend, the Doc. He's a very good, loyal supporter. I got to tell you, Doc, you've been with me many crews. We got the crew. We got the fired crew, and we got the new crew.
You guided me down some very interesting paths in terms of my watch collecting, and I appreciate it.
Yeah. Even Dis, did you hear about Dis getting a 38mm Super Ocean Heritage?
Look at that. Look what happens, you know. That's a nice watch. That's I mean, you know, I think that could even be the sweet spot. I haven't tried one on.
Okay, it's a da-da. So where's the 1 carat? It's in the middle. Could you just pull it back a bit? Oh, that's the 1 carat in the middle?
I'm really dyslexic.
What the fuck is?
Hang on.
Let me have. What the hell's that on the sides? It looks amazing.
Come on, there it goes.
So it's the 1 carat in the middle. Is that right?
And those other diamonds were on her ring as well. They were on the band. This is black opal on the sides.
Yeah, it looks beautiful.
You see the opal?
I'm not sure if it's blingy enough, but maybe you can dress it up.
What sort of stone is that 1 carat? Can you tell me about the 1 carat?
Yeah, it's a VVS2.
VVS2.
It's a F color.
Fuck, an F! What the fuck were you doing? Let me explain to
That's
you.
high
Get an
quality.
SA2, J, okay, or an SA2I. What the fuck were you getting a fucking F for?
Because I was a jeweler and I could buy it wholesale.
That's quality.
Okay. That's a beautiful.
That's a nice ring. That's a
And
very
it's-
nice
love
ring.
it?
And rose gold, Archie. I know you think gold should be yellow, but it's rose gold.
No, actually,
What's-
my
what's
wife
on the
loves
side?
rose
What's on the
gold.
side?
That's opal.
Black opal.
Black
inlaid
opal.
gold.
Australia is famous for black opal, by the way.
I made this ring.
It's fucking gorgeous.
You get a bit of attention with that ring?
I don't wear it very often.
But I mean, people must notice it.
You know, it's not super blingy.
No, but I mean, they must notice it and they must comment.
Yeah,
I would think they comment
opal.
positively
They comment
on it.
more about the opal than they do about the diamond.
I gotta tell you what,
And actually,
AC
opal
man,
is worth
AC, you
more
got
than
good
diamond.
taste, man. I like it. Like it's Elvis tacky, but it's actually
You know, I'm
very
an Elvis
nicely.
impersonator.
I love
Oh
Elvis.
my
You know
God.
that? You know, I love Elvis. I'm a
Have you-
huge Elvis.
Have you ever done your impersonations in Vegas, since you're fairly close to Vegas?
No, I did it at the Mid-State Fair in Paso Robles.
Can we
It was
hear
actually
one?
called the San Luis Obispo County Fair at that time.
Can we hear one?
I don't know. Maybe if I get
Okay.
drunk enough.
Okay.
Oh, thank you very
Tanzil,
much.
$5 just for the record. The doc did say I was misguided when I said Bobby Google didn't know anything about watches, just stating the facts for prosperity. There we go. So tell me this. Your mum, how did she tell your dad she wanted a day date? Sorry, not a day date, but a date just. How did she tell her she wanted a ladies president?
That's what she said, ladies president. She didn't know anything about day date.
And you got her one?
I think she saw it on TV, like
Yeah.
on a TV show, maybe Dallas or something like that.
Yeah.
And she said, "Well, she has one? Why can't I?" It's like when she wanted the 1 carat diamond. I was given instructions that it had to be 1.00 or higher, not 0.98, not 0.99. It had to be 1.00 or higher.
I'm going to
Because he said it.
fantasize that Joan Collins was the one wearing the ladies president.
Probably.
You're probably right. You're probably right.
And what happened then? Tell me what happened then. So you got the diamond.
hmm
Did she ever want a Mercedes SL? Why didn't she want a Mercedes SL?
Because she drove the Corvette. That was good enough for her.
Wait, she drove the Corvette until she died. Is that right?
She didn't drive very much before she died. She had a lot of back issues. So
Yeah.
she basically stayed home, drank martinis, and took Xanax.
Okay, that's a
Oh
good
man,
idea.
I'm really telling the family skeletons, aren't I?
That's not much of a skeleton right there, though. That's pretty common.
Well, that's kind of what I do too.
So-
But I do whiskey, I do scotch, and lorazepam.
So tell me this then. She had the vet. She had a president.
Mhm.
She had a 1 carat diamond ring with diamonds on the side.
Yeah,
What more could she want then? Was
five
she
or
into
six-
Louis Vuitton? Was she into Louis Vuitton?
No. What did she like? She did like purses, but at that time, I think it would be things like I even have one, Dan and Bowie, and it had a duck. It was a nice leather, very country, because they lived out in the
Mandarin duck?
country. No, we lived out in the country. We had we had acres, we had horses, and so the Louis Vuitton. She wasn't into that. She was not into like the brand, but she was definitely into
Had to
brand
be
names
on-
weren't really a thing then. You're talking the
Oh,
80s
this
and
is
90s, right?
Yeah.
No, Gucci was just kind of
Tacky.
starting up. Yeah.
Rolex was the hottest thing back in the late 80s because of
Yeah.
Miami Vice.
And Die Hard, that movie Die Hard. You know the first Die Hard movie that was with Bruce Willis and who was the other? What was the lady? What was the girl's called? Who was it? Who
Oh,
played
we
his wife in Die Hard?
No idea.
She had a Rolex. What was her name? I can't remember. Anyhow, Die Hard won. But the thing is, so she had an okay life, didn't she?
She never wanted for anything
Yeah.
except
And
for
your
my
dad-
dad to be
you-
on time.
Your dad loved her.
Yeah, I think they were married for let's see, 62. She died in 45 years.
Boy, that's old school.
Yeah, I've been with my partner for 37 years, since 1984.
Wow.
Super chat.
By the way, I can't see any chats or comments over here.
Tan Zeal, $5. Think you're safe with Greenworld, Dis, and Mark. It will be hard for them turn you into the toilet break because nobody wants to see 3-hour streams of mutes. I gotta. That's okay. I gotta tell you, AC, you're an interesting guy there. I'm quite interested. So as a kid, right? You were very upper middle class. You were successful in your town, weren't you?
Yeah, I think so. Upper middle class is a good way of. There were rich people in town, but I wasn't one of those. But I was, my teachers would make a comment. Oh, look, Morgan has a new jacket on again.
When did you, which really in
I
today's
think
age,
back on that, I'm like, what a bitch.
what a bitch, yeah.
Too bad you weren't doing Elvis back then.
That's right.
When did you come out? Is that can I ask you that?
To my parents, probably 1997.
Oh, so you were straight for them until then.
They knew. I mean, my mother would say things to me like, if I ever found out you were gay, it would kill me. She would say things like, all gays should be lined up on the walls and shot. So, it wasn't like really forthcoming about it at that point. Terry was my roommate. My roommate just happened to, move around with me for years in different houses. I mean, how stupid do you have to be? They knew.
The Pine Baron, $10. Holly Gennaro McLean. Holly Gennaro McLean, diehard wife, was played by Bonnie Bedelia. How do you pronounce that, Doc? Come on.
Bedelia.
Yeah, I haven't heard
I gotta
of
look her up. I don't even know what she looks like.
She's good looking.
Yeah, she was good.
Good looking then, and who knows now?
Still good looking now. Still good looking now.
So
She's still good looking?
Yeah.
And Michael Dish, $2. Mutes have their appeal. Nice counterpoint. Yes, very true there.
they don't talk too much shit. That's the nice part.
That's they just know. I mean, I had to boot Dis off. He was getting a bit weird there, I think he needs a woman. That guy needs a woman. You know what? Normal guys who have women don't say ridiculous statements like that. That's the sort of thing that somebody who watched far too much porn sort of says.
No super chat.
Sorry, just saying. I'm sorry. SR Bell, 67, $2. Arch. Where is Pello Biter Mark? Look, the problem with Mark is the bear hates him. Okay, it's politics. You have allegiances, and I got to tell you, we got a replacement, Mark. We got AC Morgan. He's my replacement. The fun gay guy is AC Morgan. I quite like this one. You know what I mean? He's. I got to tell you, I've always been obsessed by the upper middle class in America. Like your family lives.
Well, you're an everyday millionaire.
Sorry?
You're an everyday millionaire.
Yeah, but you're an everyday millionaire. It's inflation. You know what? It's inflation. You know what I mean? Like a millionaire in. Sorry?
$1 million isn't much in California.
No, exactly right. And this is the whole thing. You got to realize this. To be a millionaire in the 70s is very different to a millionaire. Like they said, a millionaire in Gilligan's Island, a millionaire in the 60s was a fucking lot of money.
That was like 10 million.
A millionaire in California is half a house.
To give you an idea, you remember John Lennon, don't you? You know who John Lennon is. The Beatles, the lead. So he was married to Cynthia Lennon. He divorced her in the late 60s, and he gave her £100,000. So you'd say that's not much. But a Ferrari was £6,500. Do you understand what I mean? So it's all relative to what you can buy.
Oh, the super chat.
And in the 70s, average wage in Australia was $100 a week. and I'm pretty sure America would have been fairly similar there. Next super chat we got is Tanzil, $5. AC3, good question from Watching Watchers. 5134 travel time. That is the Calatrava travel time with the 215 manual wind movement. It's got the crown guards. It's quite obscure. I don't find it collectible right now, but will it ever be? I got to tell you, it's a very interesting watch because it was actually their useful complications. It uses the manual wind 215 movement. I don't know why it was never that popular, but I honestly want one. At one stage, I really, really, really wanted one. I think they're so cool. I think they're beautiful. I reckon they're 37 mil. You know who's got one is that guy in Hong Kong. You know, the French guy. Bajaradi. You know, what's his name? You know, that French guy in Hong Kong. He's got one.
37 is nice for a dress watch.
It is, and it's manual. I think they're beautiful. I think, to be completely honest with you, Tan, I think you will see all Pateks. They're going to be the next big thing because when you've got Nautilus and Aquanauts going for ridiculous money, then people start researching the brand. They realize there's more to Patek than just Aquanaut and Nautilus, and these watches are bargains. Especially if they're 37 or above, they're going to have to rise because they're very. I'm wearing a 37 at the moment. I'm wearing a 5127 white gold. It's just beautiful. It's a beautiful watch.
I could kick myself. I was in Las Vegas.
Yes.
I tried on a Nautilus. They actually had one there. This was probably 2000, maybe 16 or 17. I don't know. And I think it was 32,000, something like that. And I tried it on and I looked at it and I said, this doesn't seem to be all that. And I passed on it.
That's just life.
Do you remember which hotel? Do you think it was the Wynn?
It was the Caesar Palace.
Oh, yeah.
Caesar Palace. Yeah.
I like Caesars. I always think about Evil Knievel there.
I was just there. We stayed at, it was kind of Terry's swan song. He wanted to see the new World Resort. So we stayed at the Wynn.
Yeah, the Wynn's nice.
We had a room that was floor to ceiling windows facing the resort world. And we got to, watch the screen all night.
Don't you love all the ADs on the lower floor there? I mean, you could spend hours there.
Oh, you're talking about in the Wynn?
Yeah.
Yeah, I went to Omega. I went to, was it Swiss something? Swiss? Is there one called Swiss Timepieces or something like that?
I can't remember.
No,
is that the one that might have had the Cartiers there?
Just very quickly, I got to get these super chats. S Bella 67, $2. AC3, how many times a day do you spank the monkey? That's why I'm married. I've been married since I was 19. I've been married since I've always constantly had.
It's all part of being married. Exactly.
I like to have sex every day, to be completely honest with you. There you go.
I thought you were saying spanking the monkey is part of being married.
That's why I've been married 3 times, see?
Got it.
Racing R, $5. Archie, what watch was your first and which was the most expensive you've ever owned? The first watch, my grandfather gave me this little Swiss watch, was just very much like that Grand Seiko we're looking at. It was nothing special. I remember he told me it had jewels in it, so it was a good one. It had so many jewels. That's how they thought a good watch was. How many?
Probably
jewels
17, right?
Something like that. But then the most expensive I've ever owned, I got to tell you, probably, look, I've had vintage, which I sold cheap. I had a 5508. That's the Submariner, no crown guard James Bond. I had one of those.
Wow.
A lot of vintage stuff is probably worth a fortune, but probably the most expensive one I've ever owned is probably my World Time. I'd say my World Time.
Yeah, I don't.
I had a gold sub. The gold sub, that was pretty expensive. I've had a few precedents. So, and which was the most expensive? I'd say probably the World Time is, they're going up. They're going up. Speaking of Tanzil, they're going up because people are starting to realize good bang per buck, a great watch, great craftsmanship. Tanzil, $10. Only a few paddocks had crown guards, which I find interesting and a product of the period they were created, which has upside. Best usable comp in paddock is the annual calendar. Yeah, it's a very usable. I think the world time is amazing. The interesting thing is, Tan, you look at, so crown guards on the Calatrava, they came out in the early 2000s. 2000, that's when they did that. They did it. It was kind of a time period thing. There was not many watches that had it. They had the 5107. They had the 5. They had a manual wind one, which was the 5118, I think. I can't remember the reference. It was something like that, which was a manual wind. It had a hobnail bezel. There was also the 5134, which was the travel time. They had the world time, the 5110. That's the world time. The funny thing is, the annual calendar missed it. The annual calendar missed the crown guards because the 5035 was before. That came out in 96. Okay. However, they did have a crown guards annual calendar. It's called a 5125, which was a special limited edition, I think, for Wimpy. It was a limited edition, 125th anniversary of Wimpy. They're worth a lot of money, 5125. And that's the Crown Guards annual calendar, and it's got it's done in the little eyes. Beautiful piece, 5125. The guy who runs TGE, not TGV, TGE, it's a UK watch guy, his fucking cameraman has a fucking 5125. It was given to him by some, I don't know what the fuck he did, but anyhow, 5125. Then it's funny, when they had the new world time 2006, they actually did it as well. That's on the 5130. Then they sort of stopped. The 5296 didn't have it. The 5196 didn't have, because they were following traditional trends. It kind of came and it went. And my one I'm wearing today, of course, actually, I'm actually wearing one myself there. This is the annual, this is a 5127, just not annual. This is just a Calatrava with date. It's got the crown guards there. I think I kind of like it. It's kind of period correct, because the reason I like it is because that's the paddocks. When I was really into paddocks, they were new. Because I got my first paddock in 2000, and it was I think it was 2000. It was a 3919, which was the little 33 mil. That was kind of the fashion then. That was considered that was the most famous paddock, the 3919, for God's sake. But I would have liked. These were new at the time, see? So that was the current. So that's the ones. It's kind of funny. Like when you look at your dream car, you remember a period in time when you were a kid and thought, I want one of these. It's like a Porsche. The Porsche you want isn't necessarily the new one, although that's okay. You want one when you think, oh, when you first saw a Porsche, that's the one you kind of want. You know what I mean?
That's how I was with the Maserati. I remember the Quattroporte as a kid looking at the Quattroporte, and I was like, someday I'm going to have a Maserati.
You know what? I got to tell you this. You know, I don't know if you know this. The Quattroporte is actually a car that came out in the fucking 50s. I don't know if you know that. They got a lineage. But they reintroduced the Quattroporte, you know, and had that. I actually prefer the early 2000s Quattroporte with that big mouth. I reckon that is one of the most fucking beautiful cars ever made. It's like a limousine the mafia would step out of.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's the ultimate in good taste. Yeah. And
but they just don't run. You can't keep them on the road. The worst thing about the older Maseratis is all their buttons would get
sticky button. Sticky button. Yeah. Ferrari has the same thing. You know, you can actually get that fixed. You know that.
They coat them with something, right?
It's fucking expensive. Okay. It's something they do on their plastics. Ferrari has the same problem. The bigger problem with Maserati is that fucking formula, that paddle shift. You know, that fucking... That's problematic.
I had that erased off of my build. No paddle shifters. I was like,
yes,
I have a SUV. What the fuck do I need paddle shifters for? I have an automatic. Yes. I don't need any of that shit. I want comfort. I want to sit in my leather, and I want to go.
Which one did you have? Because they got the
Super Chat.
GTSs. They're expensive.
No, I
Maseratis.
didn't get the bigger engine. I got the
V6.
but I had all the options. You know, the all the luxury packages. It was very, very, very plush. It was
What
beautiful.
color?
It was I think it's called Grigio, or it's a kind of a gray. And it had the two-tone interior, which was a saddle brown and black, and it was just gorgeous.
SR Bella 67 $2 AC3 is Mark Goldberg. Push or tush? Look, I don't have a problem with him. My bear said to me, I don't want him on. That's it. Simple as that. I mean, whatever bear does so much for me, I don't question the bear. The bear just said this. That's it. That's it. That's the way it goes. You got to accept
I love the
it.
bear.
The colonel has spoken. He's like my Colonel Parker, the bear. MJT, very expensive but great investment. Antique globes. Wow, antique globes. I tell you who else like antique globes is that guy I had on who had the world time, the Patek Khaleesi dial world time. That was fucking amazing. Amazing.
Archie.
Yeah.
What do you think about this new timepiece gentleman drama that's going on?
I didn't hear any of what timepiece. I don't know what drama.
I haven't heard about it.
New?
Oh, that's with the group. The group. That's the group. The people in the group saying they want their money back.
No. Apparently they have a Hublot that they want to give away for $100. So they're asking everybody to pay $10 to enter a raffle.
The raffle. Yeah.
What kind of scam do you think that is? Please elaborate.
Look,
Pontiff.
I got to be honest with you. Seriously, I think they've done so many stupid things. They don't mean to do stupid things. You got to have a gambling license to be out. That's why I don't run prizes or draws, because you can't just put the names into a hat and pull it out. You've got to be regulated. These things, you get yourself into. I don't even. It's a can of worms. Just one tick there. I want to finish off with Morgan. Morgan. You lived a very upper middle class life. Your sister, she married a successful dentist?
No.
What did she do?
A scientist. She converted to Judaism, and he was also a rabbi.
Your dad is Jewish?
No. Mm-mm.
Okay.
You're talking about my sister, right?
Yes.
Right.
But your dad himself, he was Jewish?
No. Mm-mm.
That's why she had to convert.
That's why
I thought you are Jewish, aren't you, AC?
I'm circumcised. That's about
okay.
it.
That doesn't count. I don't think that
I'm honorary Jew. How about that?
Honorary Jew. Okay, fair enough there. Because I'm just trying to get the Goldberg tick. He was Jewish, which we like to have good Jewish people on here. That's why we got Dis on. And mind you, I tell you what, Saad is pretty good. Why aren't you on today, Saad? Saad! Come on and just sit there nicely. We could do with you there, because
I gave him the link in the chat. He wants to get on.
I like Saad. Saad is a great guy. I love having Saad on. AC, you were very upper middle class. Corvette, Buick Electras. Man, you had the life. You had a ranch, a proper. How many bedroom house was your house your parents lived in?
4.
Double car garage. How many garages they have?
5.
3. 5 garages. What else did they have in? Tell me this. And there's Saad. He's back. What else did they have in there?
Well,
you had
he had
the Buick Electra.
Horse trailer.
Yeah.
Actually, he built a shed for that. They had a motorhome. They had a
Winnebago.
Kind of, but a big one. I think it's called.
It wasn't the GM one. You remember GM did their motorhome?
No. It was like one from the 90s. You know, like
okay.
29 feet or 30 feet or whatever. Big, with all the pop outs. And he had a lot of equipment. He had a tractor. You know, he liked tinkering with things. He was a tinkerer.
What sort of tractors? Was he a John Deere man?
No, he had a Kubota.
Ah, that's the Russian ones.
Is it? I think it's Japanese.
Kubota,
yes.
Japanese.
Sounds Japanese, that's for sure.
Isn't that what you scream right before you come? Kubota!
and the tell me this. Okay. Tell me this. You had a very good middle class life there. Everything was going great. what was the prime period for your parents when he retired? So how old was he when your dad retired?
55.
Fuck, he took early retirement.
He retired in. No, it was he. Maybe he was even. He retired in 96, so he was 55. Yeah.
Did he enjoy his retirement?
Oh yeah. He would go on cattle roundups. There's a ranch near Paso Robles called the Chimney Rock Ranch.
He sounds like. Did he ever meet the Reagans?
No.
Were they Republicans?
Oh, definitely. Because one of my things that I would do is I went as a manufacturer. I also did a lot of sandblasting. So when Bush was president, I made a lot of his wine bottles that had the presidential seal. I did the state ornament for Arnold Schwarzenegger. I'm not a Republican, but I will still take their money. And so yeah, that made them very proud. When Arnold Schwarzenegger would call me on the phone, they would tell everybody, "My son is talking to Arnold Schwarzenegger."
Oh, you joke? How did you find Arnold Schwarzenegger?
There's this company where I had my shipping.
No. How did you find? Was he a nice guy? How was he? Is he a good
guy?
Yeah,
but his wife made all the decisions. He could not make a decision without talking to her and then getting back to us. She made the decisions.
Got a super chat.
LC, $2. Best Speedmaster model to purchase at this time. I would have to say, I reckon the best Speedmaster model, bang per buck, would probably be the 1861 that I've got. The Legends, you want the big, beautiful box. It's got the Halcyon glass. I reckon that is the best purchase. You can get that pre-owned, couple years old. Someone's just bored with it. I reckon that's probably the best purchase. The next best purchase would probably be the first Omega in Space. I think they are beautiful. The next ones after that, I would say, then you'd say the current brand new one, the 3861. Then I would say, if you really want to bang per buck, get a early 2000s Broad Arrow. I think we can get that with a 1861 movement. I reckon they've actually gone up a bit, unfortunately, but I like them. GB, $2. AC Morgan, will Larry Elder be your new governor?
You paid $2 for that? No.
No, they're already cheating to make sure that doesn't happen.
Those damn Democrats.
Tell me this, AC. So your dad, he retired at 55.
Yeah.
And your mum, he spent a lot of time with your mum, and he loved your mum, even though she was neurotic. Could we say neurotic or
definitely
passive aggressive?
No, I would say just aggressive.
But he kind of liked it.
And I love my mother. I'm not talking smack about
No.
Mom.
Could he handle her? Like, could he keep her in her place or not?
Ooh, no. Only I think, sometimes they got physical, and I think physically he could do that, but he would.
Did they have a good intimate relationship?
I think so.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
Here we go.
At least once.
At least once.
Tanzil, $5.
And he screamed, "Kubota, Kubota,
Kubota." Love it.
I think Arnold made one decision without Maria involved.
Yeah.
And he got a kid out of it.
The son, yeah. It looks just like him.
Yeah, he's kind of good looking.
100%.
I thought you wanted me to do it.
You told me. Treat or dice.
I'm doing what you ask.
Yeah, you are right. Kubota is a Japanese company there. I was completely wrong. I was thinking of a different brand.
I was wondering, what does it mean in Russia? Because
Yeah,
it sounds so Japanese.
No, Kubota. Kubota. Yeah, you're right. Anyhow, I'll just back out of that. I made a mistake. I got it wrong on my tractor. My tractor knowledge, my general tractor knowledge isn't that great. You could ask me David Brown. You could ask me Massey Ferguson. You could ask me MJ, JBC, JCB. I could ask me that. John Deere. You could ask me International Harvester, but I fucked up on the Japanese tractors. Sorry about that. Tanzeel. I apologize. $5. AC3. Given cars are all going electric, do you think there will be a renaissance on petrol, or will gasoline become harder to get and will die? You know, the funny thing is, the corner store used to sell little bottles of petrol years ago. That's how you used to get petrol. The corner store would have, you could buy it in cylinders. That's how you used to get petrol. You know something? I'm actually thinking myself, because I'm 48. Let me tell you this, okay? I'm 48, so by the time I'm 55, I would like to get a vehicle. Okay? I would like to have a nice vehicle. And I am seriously thinking I'd like to have it be a petrol. I love petrol. I love the noise. You know what I mean? I mean, you've had an Italian car. Come on. I had an Alfa Romeo. There's nothing like the sound of the exhaust with a, you know, what the, and BMW, they have fake sound. I hate fake sound. That is so phony baloney.
I tell you what, though, the performance of the EVs, I think, is going to.
I was in a new Ferrari, an F8 Tributo. A fan of mine took me for a drive in it. You know,
gorgeous.
No, it's fucking too computerized, man. I actually. That's not the car okay, if I won the lotto, okay, of course you'd I kind of like one, but
you'd take it, but you'd want one from the 60s or 70s.
Yeah, like even the 80s, man. I want something that's got. Sorry, Tanzeel. So I got to be honest with you, Tan. I want a petrol car. You know what my dream car is at the moment? Is a Lexus LC500, because it's a naturally aspirated V8. Max Xenix, $7. Archie. I got sneezes here. I'm allergic to rodents. Rodents in the house. Max Xenix, $7. Archie, what do you think about FP Jean Astronomic Souverain caliber 1691? You know what I think, guys? I got to tell you, just 1 minute. I got to get my coffee. Coffee's being delivered. Thank you. Thank you so much there. Thank you. Thank you. Just get my daily delivery there. Coffee. Unfortunately, it's that ArchieLuxury instant shit, because my coffee machine broke. It's leaking. My Nespresso Breville Nespresso finally broke. You know what? I hate FP Sean.
Tell us how you really feel.
Buy Paddock. Seriously. Why do you buy this shit? You know what? I fucking hated it when I had Pugsley on. I used to always just say nothing. I fucking hate independence. You're wasting your money. I fucking hate him. I fucking hate him. LC, $2. AC Morgan, rank the attractiveness of the crew. Well, he'll be back soon. Oh, MJT, 20. Oh, here we go. Oh, he'll come back. And we got MJT, $31. Arch, 5531R from AD Thoughts. That is the pilot watch. The 5531 in rose gold. Hey, Morgan.
I'm sorry.
They've asked you, Super Chat, rank the attractiveness of all the crew.
It's so small, I can't see. Let me see.
That's what she said.
Bottom center, top center, left top.
There we go. There we go.
Sorry, Arch.
5531R. What do I think? I got to tell you, man, seriously, I'd give it a squirt. The Paddock 5531R rose gold. Oh, sorry, I made a mistake. That's not the pilot watch. Fuck me dead. That's the minute repeater world time. Fucking hell. Sorry, how did I fuck that up? I really fucked that up. Let me get that on the screen. I apologize. Sorry.
You're snake distracted tonight. Snake distracted.
I was too busy eating who could actually afford one of these? I mean, do you know how dear these are? What do you think of that? AC, what do you think of that, man?
That is
It's a minute repeater world time.
Oh yeah, that's a Patek, right? My screen is so small on this.
He's using a little 9-inch screen. I got to tell you, seriously, man, that's fucking
Actually,
amazing.
It's 12-inch. That's
what
beautiful.
do I think?
Now, did you have?
I would cut off my finger. I would cut off that little finger. I'll cut off the top bit to get one with a knife, blunt scissors. I would even use.
That is quite nice.
They're ridiculous money, but I mean, we're talking. It's a minute repeater, and they reckon the best metal for minute repeaters is rose gold. I don't know if you know that, Doc.
Because of the copper.
I believe so.
Is a good conductor of both electricity and sound. That's why your best bells are like brass bells.
Oh.
I agree with the suckerhorn, though. Gold is yellow.
You know, actually, rose gold was very prevalent in the 1920s and 30s. Most watches were, especially for women, were rose gold.
Oh, why's that?
I don't know.
They also had 10 carat. 10 carat used to be popular, wasn't it?
And 8 carat too. 9 carat for Europe, yeah. But your
America
9
went 14. There's
out.
more. 14 is your standard now, isn't it?
Right, right. You know, in watches, well, I don't have to tell you, but you know, we had a lot of 10 carat, a lot of rolled gold.
I hate rolled gold.
Doing a lot of Omegas have rolled gold, like constellations, and I seem to remember seeing a lot of 10 carat and rolled gold.
Archie, I'm going to retire for the night. I'll catch you guys tomorrow.
Mark, thank you so much for coming on. I love you, man.
Thank you.
Nice to have met you.
Nice to meet you, sir. Thank you.
All right.
I got to tell you, seriously, it's a very, I tell you, MJT, this watch here, I'd have an industrial accident to have one. That's fucking beautiful. It's not just beautiful, it's beyond beautiful. I mean, the guy who came on my stream, he had the Khaleesi dial in yellow gold, the 5131.
That's what I'm thinking about, yes.
This is absolutely, it's a minute repeater as well. Fuck me, Dad, that's just
What is that in the
obscene.
center? That's not the world, is it? What is that?
No, I think it's Lake Geneva.
Oh,
I think
okay.
it's Lake Geneva.
Okay.
Because they have, it's kind of a tie-in to the Swiss.
So what is that then? About 150?
Gotta be more than that.
I'll tell you exactly what it is, if you like. Yes, I'm just looking it up actually on monochrome. So this came out in 2018. And it's the price on this sucker here, if you wanted to pay retail. Fuck me dead! 495,000 Swiss francs. Holy shit. So the Swiss franc is, what's that to the US? That's roughly the same, isn't it, Doc?
It's a little stronger than the US dollar, so there you go.
Holy shit. $500,000.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's
Big money.
My God, I don't know what to say.
I know what to say. It's too much for me. I'm out.
It's too much. It's too much for me. I'm out. Yes. Yes. Look, to each his own. I mean, I think it's absolutely beautiful. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. It's absolutely fucking gorgeous.
Super chat.
It's beyond gorgeous. AC Morgan, $20, man, for your Kabuta. Kabuta. Man, I gotta tell you, seriously, you tell this story, Your mother loved you, didn't she?
Oh, definitely.
She told you she loved you or not?
Yeah, all the time.
Your dad loved you?
Yes.
That's all any of us can really hope to have, isn't it?
Yeah, all the rest is just noise.
And I mean, to be honest with you, I know you're going through a bad situation with your partner.
Yeah, I just went in there and gave him some liquid morphine.
He's obviously, you've had a loving relationship for many, many years. I mean, you know, there are some people who never find a loving relationship.
And it's hard for anybody, you know. I'm not, but it's I think it might be a little more hard, or there's other different kind of obstacles when you're gay to stick together. You know, because
Well, the good news is it's gay is more accepted in society today than it's ever been.
Yeah.
And you have,
like,
you have the legal rights now, you know, in terms of being partners, you have the legal rights now.
Right. There's legal rights, but we're, you know, it's still treated, you know, I have a bit of a problem with some aspects, you know, like women, this is my gay. It's kind of like gay people have to put on a show, kind of, you know, be that happy, kind of that little monkey dance, you know.
That's why we can let you on. That's why we let you on, AC.
Am I your gay? I'm your gay.
That's right. You're the token, you know?
Yeah. So it's kind of, you know, but things take time. Things take time.
Yeah, don't worry. I hate some gay people just as much as straight people.
I don't get on very well with a lot of gay people.
Look, it's you've got to find your own calling in that there. It's not for me to say anything, but you know, the funny thing is when you're a parent, you realize this, because I'm straight myself, and someone said, what happens if one of your kids was gay? And I said, you know what? It really wouldn't bother me. Really wouldn't bother me. In you know, I don't see that as I just want them to be happy. I think, you know, I don't even want them to be rich necessarily. I want them to be happy
and fulfilled. That fulfills them.
Yeah.
You know, this life is so difficult, and it only gets more difficult, you know, more complicated as time goes on. So, you know,
I'm coming in late, but I guess is your partner the one that has the dementia? You were talking about dementia before.
That was my father. My partner has stage 4 cancer.
Oh, wow.
He's in hospice here at the house, and he's in transitioning right now. So,
yeah, sorry to hear that.
It is what it is. He had a liver transplant in 2011, so he's living on borrowed time, really. So.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Level 9995 euros. Hey guys, Hey guys, looks new vid CRM vid jewelers. A Chinese guy tells about bribes for these watch shells with diamonds made in China. It's ridiculous. Look, minute 33:10. Who's that? CRM. Yeah, fair enough. We've promoted that there. That's £5 worth. I got to tell you, AC, you know, there are people in life, AC.
Too hard to figure out and look up, huh?
Yeah, just too hard, you know. But I got to say, AC, look, you got to be positive. The thing is, you know, all any of us can do is try our best. We have a partner. You found someone you loved for a long time.
You know that, don't you? I love you long, long time.
You know, you had a good life together. What more could any of... I mean, the sad thing is you're still... How old are you? You don't seem that old. You look like early 50s.
57.
Okay, a little bit older than I thought.
He's 58.
57 is not old. Okay? Remember this, the warranty is until you're 60. Okay? The warranty is till you're 60.
And it's time to trade me in then.
Yeah, but, you know, I got to tell you, honestly, it's... look, it is what it is. You can only try your best. What can you do in life? Like anything in life, you know? You can only... Like, I was thinking about, do I get the vaccine or don't? And I thought, you know what? I'm not a doctor. I'm not an expert in any of this shit.
Which is why you got it.
Exactly. I just drank the Kool-Aid, Doc. And I said, all I'm doing is trying my best to survive. Mm-hmm. So I can survive. That's it. See, I drank the Kool-Aid, and I got to be honest with you, it's that's all any of us can do there is drink the Kool-Aid, and we hope for the best. And
but you had some significant side effects for the first dose. Usually that doesn't happen. It's not till the second dose that you have the problems.
Yeah, look, I was just a bit tired, and I had these weird erotic dreams.
That was a good side effect.
Look, it is what it is. It's all of this, Doc. You know what? If it's not going to get us, it's the hormones in the chicken will get us. The world is all rigged. We're dealing with a rigged hand here.
You're talking to a vegetarian, of course, but that's okay.
Yes. Finchy, that's right. I forget that, Doc. Finchy, £4.50. AC, thank you for sharing your life story. Tough times ahead. Stay strong. And I mean, let's be honest there, AC Morgan. I don't want to take anything away from your pain and that there, but let's be honest. You had a Maserati. You've stayed at Caesars. Life hasn't been...
I've stayed at the George Sink.
I don't even know what that is, but it sounds expensive.
That's better than the Caesars.
I mean, man, what can you do in life? None of us, nothing's guaranteed.
No.
It's all
none of us are getting out of this alive.
Exactly. The bear is thrown in $2 Canadian. Very nice man, AC Morgan. Sorry about your partner. Yeah.
Thank you, Bear. I love you. I love watching your videos. You're a true blue.
He's
beautiful.
Bear
person.
Is such a good. I don't ever promote his show, but I love Bear.
And he doesn't ask you to.
He doesn't. I feel a bit.
So there's that.
I think I bought a watch from Bear without even knowing who he was back in long time off of the Rolex forums. I think he sold me my first JLC master compressor. I think he did. I'm pretty sure it was somebody with the name Bear. I remember that.
Does your partner like watches?
Not really. I bought him a Rolex, and he likes his Swatch paper thin second skin, I think they're called. That's his thing.
Like an exercise watch.
But you guys were into cars together?
Oh, he loves cars. He always had the better car.
Which car did he have?
Well, when we were buy cars, he would be driving the better one. He started out, he had with his work, he always had new Mercedes all the time.
New Mercedes? What the fuck did he do to get new Mercedes?
He was vice president of a building maintenance company in San Francisco.
Okay.
And
wow,
they got him a new Mercedes every year.
What model, if you don't mind me asking? I like that.
Always had E-Class, and then the last one he had was the I guess it's a GL 450.
Okay.
And then when he left the business because of health, we moved to Texas, and he got a BMW 5 Series, which was it was an okay car. It was very uncomfortable, and it had a lot of problems. Mm-hmm. And then we went.
That's your German mother there. She's
yeah. And at that time, I was driving a Saturn View.
I love the Saturns. I love them. Remember, GM had such fucking high hopes for Saturn. You remember that? They were going to be the new way of doing things. Mm-hmm. No price negotiation. They were so futuristic. They were supposed to last 20 years. You remember the Saturn?
Yeah, I had the View, which I think was the same as an Opel something or other. And then he went from the BMW to the.
Sorry, just 1 minute, AC. Hello, Plastic. How are you?
Yeah, good, mate. I'm just heading home with the young fella after hard game of footy. So kids sport this morning. But how you going, Pontiff? Everyone else good?
Hey, it's all fantastic. I got a new star in the making, AC Morgan.
Who's the star? Who's the star?
Yeah, AC Morgan. AC Morgan. That's my new
AC
token
Morgan.
gay guy.
He's a legend, man.
The only problem is he's not Jewish. The only problem is he's
we
not
love
Jewish.
going on the channel. Yeah, that's cool. That's
yeah,
cool.
no, we love him. He's
I make people take their clothes off.
Here we go, Barisha, $5.
Google, mate.
What's that? Yeah. Hey, Barisha, $5.
Google.
Yes. Hey, Barisha, $5. What are your thoughts on the new Aurus Aquit with the caliber 400? I'm thinking about getting one in green. Gotta be totally honest with you. I don't really think that much about him. You know, Aurus is kind of a brand you buy for a 20-year-old kid.
I wouldn't get it new either.
No, I kind of like them. They're kind of very cool. They're very cool looking, but man, you might be time to get a second or third job. Just to be completely honest with you, I mean, you got to raise your bar a bit higher than just getting an Aurus. An Aurus is okay, but
It's connecting.
Yeah. Plastic, anything to contribute here, Plastic. Quickly.
How you been lately, Plastic?
Good
to see you on your channel.
Yeah, been really, busy with work. Just got a quick question for the mighty Pontiff.
Yes.
I mighty Pontiff. I don't want to reveal the watch, but that watch I've been looking at. Did you get that WhatsApp photo this morning?
No, I haven't checked, but I can check now. What about it?
Okay.
I'm not psychic, but I sense it's a Rolex.
Between the 5 and the 6.
How did you send it to me? Oh, here we go.
Maybe not.
It's nothing. It's nothing. Man, Ronnie can fix that. Just get it and stop being a dick. Nothing. And just talk him down, okay? No, the price you're paying. Seriously, I tell you honestly, don't fuck it up. Seriously, just pay the money. I had very nasty ding in one of them I bought, and Ronnie fixed it beautifully. Just fucking buy it and stop being a dick, okay? Okay?
You think it's worth it still at that price?
That's nothing. That's minor. Okay, you're being ridiculous.
Sounds good.
Okay?
How you going, Doc? How's Doc?
Hey, good. Do you like this watch? Does the watch speak to you?
Okay. I don't know what's
happening. It does.
We lost AC.
Mate.
Where's AC gone? We lost AC Morgan. Shit. We lost him. Where's he gone?
He might be back.
My
I
God.
say, Plastic, if the watch speaks to you, just get it. Just love life. Just get it. Just enjoy it. You work hard. Enjoy it.
Yeah. Sounds good.
God, he's back. Okay, Plastic, thank you for touching base, man.
I tried to get the chat working, but it wouldn't work.
See you guys. Have a great show.
See ya, Plastic. Love you,
Take it easy, Plastic.
He's a good guy. AC, he got a 5 Series. What 5 number was that?
535i.
535. Why was that bad?
It was the seats were very uncomfortable. It had the night vision. It had everything you could imagine on it, but it just wasn't comfortable. And we would be driving down the street.
That's only a 4-cylinder, I think, too, isn't it? The 535i is only a 4-cylinder.
No, it was, I think, a 3 point. I think it was a 6-cylinder. I think it was a 3-liter 6-cylinder. I think.
What year?
It would have been. We moved to Texas in 2007, so it'd be 2007.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah, it might be. And what? So he loved his cars. Did he ever have an SL?
No, the biggest Mercedes he got was a or actually I got a GL 400.
I'm not a big fan of those SUVs. I'm
sorry. I had an ML. I wasn't either, and I had a GL, and I hated the GL. I wanted to get rid of it, but because I got the light up emblem instead of the adaptive cruise control.
Yep.
I couldn't get anybody to buy my lease, so I was stuck with it. Everybody wants the adaptive cruise control, but I had to have the little LED.
Of course,
star,
as you do. Your mother would be
course.
proud.
My mother would be proud. I wanted a SWAT sticker, but they wouldn't let me do it.
Bersha, $5. Oris Aquas Caliber 400 or Amiga Aquaterra 150. Both are different types of green. I'm not. I'd definitely go Amiga over a. Definitely go Amiga.
Nice
Guys,
thing about the Amiga is that if
I
you
need
grow
to take
tired
a toilet
of it,
break. I need to take a toilet break. I've been needing to go for a while here, but I've been so enthralled with AC Morgan. I'll be back in 1 minute, guys. Just cover me for a little bit, okay?
Okay, we'll take over
Doc,
your
you
channel.
can interview them, Doc. You interview these guys.
interview them. I don't think they need interviews, but let's go ahead and address this real quickly. The Omega Aquaterra. First of all, it's a nice watch. Second of all, if you grow tired of it, which there's a reasonable chance you will, you'll be able to get back out of it and not get much damage. You can get one. You don't have to buy it new. You can get one at a decent price that'll maintain its value. Can't say the same for the Oris for sure. So, and I just like the aesthetics of the Aquaterra over the Oris. So,
is he after a beater, or is he after a watch he's going to wear on special occasions?
Well, he was asking before about the Oris, so it seems to me like he might be even maybe like a newbie looking at his first watch, or he's got a small collection.
Nothing
it's
wrong
hard
with
to
the
say.
Oris. I think they're beautiful, but the Omega, like you said, is going to hold its value. I've been looking for a beater for years, and I buy them, I put them on, and I throw them in the drawer. I could never warm up to any of them.
And I don't know. I've got a few beaters. I tend not to wear them as much as I did say 5 years ago before gaining familiarity with AC3 and the ArchieLuxury streams. But I think that life is short, no matter how long you live. I mean, even if you make it to 100, to me, that's not enough. And you were mentioning before wearing a Rolex and having people say, "Ooh, that's a Rolex." But I have this purple bluesy, and I went to a local supermarket, wasn't thinking anything of it, but I'm going through the checkout, and the guy who was ringing me up goes, "Man, I like that watch. What is that?" Maybe he knew a little bit about watches. He saw that it was purple. He's wondering what the heck it is. But, it's kind of nice. Kind of nice when that happens.
Yeah. The only beater that I found that I can recommend, and I actually love this, is now that Archie's gone, I can show it without being ostracized.
Is that the Tissot?
It's the Tissot. This watch is so fucking nice.
Yeah, it's not bad. I mean, when you look at your collection there, obviously the Tissot's sort of at the bottom. I mean, that's you got a fairly heavy hitting collection.
Well, and I have some independents, some junkers like, Kickstarter watches and stuff like that I actually like that I didn't put on there. But this is nice and thin. It just feels good on the wrist. I mean, I finally found one that I could wear to work and not, and hit on the door frame or door jamb and go, ooh, big deal. I actually bought 3 more of them to give to friends because they're so nice.
Yeah. I don't know. I got a relatively recent watch, and sometime earlier this year, I bought a chronograph. I went to my watchsmith and I looked down and I see something that he's got on a Bulova stand. I'm like, I didn't know Bulova made vintage looking chronographs. Well, it turns out it was a 50-year-old watch. They just put it on the stand that was available. $500. I was like, in mint condition, like new old stock, one of my favorite watches. And no one's heard of it.
Price isn't the ultimate factor.
No.
I mean, let's face it, expensive things usually tend to be a little nicer. They have a little nicer detail. They have a little better finishing. Those are things that you learn to appreciate. but it's not the end all, be all of enjoyment.
But the other interesting thing is, because this is a watch from 1969, so in the 60s and the 70s, all these watchmakers, they went outside to get their dials. They went outside to get, you know, a lot of their parts, their movements. So you can wear this cheapie like I'm wearing. It's called a Monvis. I'd never heard of it, but I can look at it and tell that the dial was likely a Singer dial, and Singer made the Rolex dials like the Daytona, but they also made a dial for a no-name watch that I have as well. So, I mean, you can find nice little stuff and say, I really appreciate the detail. Like you say, it's all about the detail.
I have
Morgan.
I'm sorry.
Sorry. As you mentioned before that you were a jeweler. So let's take an example. If we have a solid gold bracelet, a president bracelet, and if we want to remove some ding marks or the stretch on the bracelet, being a 18 karat gold, can it be detected whether the bracelet has been renewed or refurbished?
To fix a dent in a gold bracelet, what they're going to have to do is they're probably going to have to fill it with gold, like melt solder or 18 karat gold solder or something, and you should be able to see it. There should be a little circle where that was. They're not going to be able to match it completely. It might be hidden by the brushing, but if it's polished, you'll be able to see it. I've never worked on fixing a stretched president, but I believe that has something to do with, isn't there some kind of
pins?
A pin in there. I think they probably take out the pins and repin them.
And I think you can get rid of the stretch. It's harder to get rid of the dings, but
yeah,
I've seen them do a really good job with the stretch.
If they took a ding out, what it costs to do that is, a lot of money.
So is it detectable?
They take away the gold.
Right. So is it detectable to find out whether the bracelet has been, the stretched has been fixed or not?
It depends how well they do it. If they fuck it up, it stands out like dog's balls. If it's well done, to be honest with you, the answer is if you get a microscope, you'll always be able to fucking tell. If you get a microscope, you can always tell if something's been done. That's how they do crime scene. Crime scene. You know how they catch rapists? It's from the pubic hair that's left behind. Okay? So the answer is if you go in there with a super microscope, you can always fucking tell. Okay? But you know what?
That's why the best ones shave first. That's how I understand.
And this is the whole thing. Seriously.
That's why
you'll
powder
always
got away with everything.
There are some very good repairs, but the honest truth is you're probably best, if it's not too serious, don't do it unless it's really fucked. That's my advice. Because a little bit of stretch is acceptable. It's when people try and do things when it really should never have been touched. Leave it original is always your best unless it is fucking terrible. GB $2. Blue Nile. That's where I got my ring for my girlfriend. By the way, Blue Nile is the largest diamond seller in the world. And you know why? Wow. Because all those fucking assholes on fucking 57th Street, they're all cunts. They're all fucking nasty, greedy cunts. They won't be fucking honest. They're shifty and sleazy. Well, you know what? Fuck you. Blue Nile flattened. Because diamonds cut, clarity, color. It should be a fucking textbook what it's worth. But no, shifty. You seen that movie? What's that movie? That gem dealer movie? What's the one?
Uncut Gems.
Uncut Gems. They're fucking slimy sons of bitches. They're slimy. You know what? It couldn't happen to a nicer bunch of cunts. That's all I can say. Because diamonds should be textbook. Boom, 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 boom. It should give you a price.
I have a little story to tell where somebody tried to screw me on a 3-carat diamond in my jewelry store, a diamond seller. I was looking at it and I was like, I saw this strange little plane. Something didn't look right. And I tested the top and it was a diamond, but I turned the motherfucker upside down. I'm sorry. I guess I'm not supposed to say that.
Yeah, you can swear. I've already fucked it up with the intro.
And I tested the bottom of it, and the bottom of it was not was not diamond; it was cubic zirconia.
So what the fuck's he
Wait a
doing?
minute, what?
Glued them
How did
together?
they do that?
They glued,
Holy
epoxied
shit.
a real diamond top onto a fake diamond bottom.
Oh.
So that's why if I were to buy a diamond these days, I would just go with laboratory grown. Screw it. Just
Wow. The
who cares?
epoxies must have come a long way if you couldn't like
Oh yeah, no,
easily
it's
see
special. They do it under pressure and heat, and
Yeah.
there's a lot of.
And what did you say when
UV
you told him that? What did he say?
He said
Oh, I
there's
didn't know.
something wrong with my tester.
Oh my God, I didn't know.
Or they drill them. They drill them. They drill out the carbon. You know, as a young jeweler, they thought they were gonna get something over, and they would have if they probably would have screwed me. Then I would have screwed somebody else without knowing.
Now it makes me wonder about my ex-wife's diamond. I put a smile on my face just thinking about how it might be glued on the bottom.
That's why we always buy GIA certified diamonds. Peace of mind.
By the way, Pontiff is basically saying for you, Saad, that
GIA in America, the big one is GIA is the best diamond. Isn't that right? GIA is the best certificate. GIA. They will tell you whether it's been fucked with or not.
But
they have a GIA center in Bangkok, believe it or not, because that was a big house. GIA is considered the best certificate to have, I think, isn't it?
And
GIA.
the secondary one is IGL or something. Is it IGL?
IGI.
That's all fucking garbage, but.
And the other one is HRD.
Yeah, but you want
and Chef Boyardee.
Here we go. The Real Cars and Chrono, $10. Favorite cigar, Pontiff. Okay, let me tell you this. Now, cigars themselves are like scotch. There's so many different flavors. There isn't a best. It's like saying, what's the best car? Well, if you want a fast car, you get a Ferrari or a Lamborghini. You want a comfortable car, you get a Rolls. It depends what you want. But for me, if I was in the waiting room and Jesus said you can have whatever you wanted, you know what I would have? One of my favorite cigars, which is actually an aged cigar, so it's very mild. Some people don't like mild cigars. Cubans are very strong. But one of my most beautiful smokes, I bought a box of these. They were Dunhill Sentanas. And they start off small and they got a ring gauge, like a trumpet. They go out. That was just such a beautiful smoke. Dunhill Sentanas. They're an aged cigar, which means they're, as I said, an aged cigar. They're just fucking beautiful. I reckon that's probably one of my favorite. Okay, so they're hard to get. Cohibas are fucking amazing. Cohibas are fucking amazing. Expensive.
Another super chat.
Monte Cristos, I love. One of my favorite cigars, which punches way above its weight, is Bolivar. Bolivar. I've always been disappointed with Romeo and Julietas. I never really liked them. I didn't hate them. I'd smoke them. If they were fucking free, I'd smoke anything. But Bolivar, I think, is a good compromise.
Would you smoke a pole?
What do you think about lapis lazuli?
Who the fuck is that?
The blue.
The blue stone, lapis lazuli.
Yeah.
Oh, lapis lazuli. Lapis. Who are you talking to? Me or
lazuli?
All of you are experts. Because the reason why I am asking this is one of a very close friend of mine has 50 tons of lapis lazuli, highest grade lapis. It has no calcite on it. It's all best quality, deep blue, proper stone. And he wants to, make furniture out of it or want to export it to some country. So we were just looking for business opportunities. If, for example, Australia, if we can export it to Australia or some other country. I have photographs, everything.
What was the amount of it? How much?
50 tons. 50 tons. It's
50
too much.
tons.
Fuck me, Dad.
Yes.
That's a lot of lapis lazuli.
Yes. Too much.
You could kill a lot of people with that. It's very poisonous. Very poisonous.
It's poisonous? Why is it poisonous?
Why? We never heard of that.
Yeah, the lapis dust is. You never heard of how they used to poison people in Egypt with lapis? It's very poisonous.
I did read that.
So is turquoise. Turquoise is very poisonous.
Fuck.
Okay.
Hey, I'm just thinking of the next crime. Thank you. Thank you, AC Morgan. Thank you. I'm going to...
One of the snakes is going to get a box of cigars. Is that what's happening?
With some lapis dust.
And a jeweler's saw. Can you make me this? Yeah, I didn't fucking know this. Jesus Christ. Here we go. Verda, Mr. Tudor to you, $20. Yo, Arch, picked up 2 Tudors today. Black Bay 58. Black and a ceramic. Lay it on me, boss. I'm very happy. Check your email. Tell me the truth. Tell me the truth. Actually, I'm logged into a different account, so I'll have to have a look at this here. But I got to be honest with you, man. Let me have a look. I'm going to look on my phone because my phone has that email address. Oh, there we go. Just let me find this thing. I'm trying to find it. I can't see the email. What's his... Oh, here we go. No, that's not it. Shit, I'm trying to find it. It's got to be easy to find these things. I don't know. I can't find it. I'm just trying to find it now.
AC Morgan, you reminds me of my father. You know, he drinks some of the best Scotch whiskeys in the world. Delmore, Leproy, and Glenfiddich, and I don't know what not. You know.
I'm kind of new at it, but this is my favorite.
Yeah, yeah. He has this bottle also.
Balwinnie. It's Balwinnie. Balwinnie. I've had Balwinnie. That is an amazing Scotch.
As a gay guy, it's always a weenie.
Okay. Yeah, I can't find it. I'm sorry. I had a look there. I don't know why it hasn't come through. But anyhow, that's the way life goes. But good on you. If it makes you happy, doesn't matter what I say. At the end of the day, if something makes you happy, life's too short to be worried about other people. Look, you bought a Tudor. Tudor's not terrible. Tudor's okay. And this is the whole thing, AC. I think you've started to realize you've got to drink your good Scotch. There's no point keeping it there for this rainy day that never comes, is there?
No, I was a cognac guy. I never liked whiskey or Scotch.
Cognacs can be extremely expensive. You can spend thousands of dollars on cognacs.
Yeah, I know.
like whiskeys are expensive. Cognacs is a different level.
Yeah.
Archie,
yes.
Let me ask you this: the battle of two-tone Rolexes, you know.
Hey, so by the way, Saad, I got somebody who wants to do a tractor deal. I don't know if you're interested in business opportunities. I got a friend of mine. Actually, it's a previous girlfriend of mine who works for a company in Japan that wants to export some certain things. I can certainly give you no guarantee you make money out of it or anything, but right. I can certainly pass on the details if you're interested, Saad.
I am open to any kind of businesses. Yeah. We are like that. We are trained like that.
Yeah. Yes. No, I can. I'll, after this show finishes, I will. She's on WhatsApp. She's a good. She's actually, this woman has got an IQ of 150. She's actually a really smart woman.
Actually, there was a big auction going on in Australia a few months back. Did you participated in it? All the luxury shops and but not. There were big websites filled for these auctions. Stuff from tractors to big, Mont Blanc pens, everything.
I don't have money or things like that. I'm just a small fry. But look, the reason I'm telling you this is because she asked me. She said, "Oh, do I know anyone in Pakistan?" I said, "I got the perfect guy for you."
She's worry.
Working. Yeah. She's actually. I'll give you the details. Okay.
Don't know worries. So, Archie, let's talk about the two tones. I want to get rid of one of the day dates. I'm just tired of them. All of them look same. Why have something 6 in quantity?
Because it's the
all
best.
Of them
it's the best in what. I tell you what I want you to do before you start selling shit off. You need to send me a photo of the whole lot together. I want to see them.
I have already sent you.
Where?
I have already paid review.
On WhatsApp. Send it to me now. WhatsApp now. Send it to me.
Okay.
I can't remember.
I don't have your
I want to see
number.
all of them I want to see a photo of them all in one photo, not 6 different photos. One photo with the 6 watches. Send it to me. I want to have a look. Here we go.
Now I have only Yes, please.
Shot in the dark, $2. No more Dunhills. Out of business? What the fuck?
They made a great lighter.
I have a lighter.
Dunhill's still in
Cold
business.
lighter.
They sold the tobacco arm. They sold the tobacco arm along. Dunhill's out of business? When the fuck did this happen?
Those were really aged, weren't they?
My God, what? Why did they? I smoked for years Dunhill. I loved Dunhill International. So this is the cognac. What do we got here? Actually, I've had. What is this, Louis?
Louis the 13th.
Oh, beautiful.
And how much was that?
Wow.
$3,200.
Oh.
Holy shit!
Now let me teach you. It was a gift. I would never spend $3,200 on that. The this here is almost as good for $200. So there you go.
By the way, guys, just announcing we're going to be going for another half hour tonight. Bear has instructed me continue on for another. So if you guys need to leave,
really
you can leave.
Drunk.
That's okay. That's okay, man. You're a friendly drunk. I don't mind that. You're friendly. I got to tell you, seriously, Dunhill's out of business. Dunhill was taken over by Richmond, but the tobacco arm, I think, is a separate division. Dunhill had a book. How about this? In the 60s, they had a book called Dunhill, The Art of Smoking. The Art of Smoking. What a cool, told you how to smoke a cigar, how to chew tobacco. And Dunhill had the pipes with the dot, the famous Dunhill dot on their pipes. Very interesting stuff indeed there. But I got to tell you guys, seriously, in your case there, you've got to start. What do you think, AC? I want to ask you something. You're drinking really expensive stuff. Is it because your partner is sick? This has made you realize the futility of life and you got to enjoy your stuff, or what's it?
Because I can control myself. Like when I get involved into something, I get on a kick, and then I just keep going and going, and it's the next best thing. It's a sickness. It's a total sickness. But the more I learn about it, the more I want to experience it. So I don't really associate with anybody. I don't have people over, so there's nobody. This is my second time streaming. So there's really nobody for me to show it to, or it's just, I enjoy it. I enjoy fine things. I have something called the Morgan Archives, which is, I collect what I consider the finest antiques. And I'm really into Art Nouveau and art glass. So I try to collect, different various vases or things that I find extremely beautiful that cannot be replaced. And I put them into my archives, and I just kind of have them there. I don't know. I feel
like Lalique in that there.
Yeah, I'm a big buyer and seller of Lalique. I love Lalique.
Yes.
A couple super chats.
Right here that's a Lalique mask. There.
Oh, I see. Got you. Amazing stuff. Just hang on one tick there. Super chat. Here we go. Verada, Mr. Tudor, you too, $5. Check your email again. Have I gone loony? So I'm just bringing this up now. I tell you what, guys, this guy, I really love Lalique. By the way, the latest issue of Paddock magazine had an article on Lalique hood ornaments for cars, vintage cars.
I have them all.
What's that? All the Patek magazines?
No, I have all the hood ornaments. I love them. I love to light them up. They look really good on light boxes.
Cool. I'm just bringing this up here. Share the screen. Here we go. Share screen. This is our good friend, the Tudor Maniac. Holy shit. Look at this. Tudor. He's got the taupe, the silver. He's got the... I got to be honest with you. I think There's nothing wrong with any
beautiful.
of the tutors there. I think it's about time. I don't know why the Longines, they're okay, but it's got a tag Heuer in the top. That's a Curium, isn't it? Is that a Curium? I don't know. Is that a Curium? What the hell is that thing? What the hell is this? That's a tag Heuer. I'd get rid of that. That's does nothing for me. Those two Longines, I'd piss them off. I think you should just do everything Tudor. I reckon that'd be really cool. It's got the Harrods Tudor in the corner. I reckon just have everything Tudor. Get rid of the tag Heuer and the Longines. Longines is a bullshit brand, okay? That's just fucking bullshit. That's what it is. It's fucking garbage and it's bullshit. I would have much more respect for you if you just had tuna. Okay, that's what I would do. Bersha, $5. What are your thoughts on the Tissot Kemen des Torres GMT? I don't even fucking know what the hell this garbage is. Seriously, what is this thing? I honestly, it's a Tissot. What is it called again? Tissot what?
Kremen des Torres.
Kremen, what the fuck? Kremen des GMT. What's this? The fucking thing. What is this stupid thing called? I don't even understand this. How the fuck do I supposed to spell that? Kremen, Chemin. What the fuck? CHEMIN. Kremen des Powermatic GMT. Just calling it up now.
I'm sure if you get it close, it'll come up because I doubt anything else comes close to that name.
Fuck. Who the fuck would buy that? Why? That's all I can say to you. One simple thing is, why the fuck? Why? It doesn't look... Is it supposed to be expensive? Is it special? What the fuck? What the fuck is it? I don't understand it. What the fuck makes this... Why would you buy this fucking thing? I don't understand this. Why? Can I ask you that? Oh, okay. It's below $1,000.
I have a secret.
What?
Before I found ArchieLuxury,
yeah,
I was lusting after a Tissot. I said it.
Yeah,
I said it.
It's a nothing watch. I mean, look, look for a first watch. Okay, yeah, they got gold plated. I hate rose gold.
That Tissot
steel.
AC, that Tissot actually looks nice. The one I was looking at,
I love this.
That has a nice dial color.
I don't understand. This is
all day.
Sorry, just do that again, DC.
It's the best. I've been after a beater for years, and I throw them in a drawer, never wear them. This is nice.
Yeah,
there's a few problems with it. The crown is a little hard to wind because it's small, but the face is beautiful. It's very thin.
Yeah.
It's nice.
It's an homage to the Omega, which is homage to anything Gerald Gentro.
It's $650. It's a great thing to smash around and dent it, and then you say, "Oh well."
No, I was going to buy a $2,000 Tissot. So a little bit more money.
They make a nice watch. I have a chronograph that I bought as a beater, but it was too thick, too bulky. And I was amazed at the quality, at the polishing. Everything was just extremely nice about it. So
yeah, I got to tell you guys. Another super chat's come in here. The Pine Baron. Here we go. Arch, you missed my last super chat. Where was the Pine Baron one? Let's get the Pine Baron. Pine Baron. A shot in the dark. No more Dunhills. Where's the Pine Baron, guys? Pine Baron, $10. $10. Natural supply and demand equilibrium. A perfect 1-carat diamond would be $100. The only reason people pay through the nose for these rocks is because the supply is heavily... I got to be totally honest with you. Okay, you're right to a certain degree. But do you know how fucking hard it is to actually get a 1-carat fucking VS2, VVS? They are fucking hard to find. I mean, it's like gold. I don't know if you guys realize this. Gold, you could say the same thing about gold. You know how fucking much shit you need to shovel to fucking get gold? Gold is fucking very, very expensive to produce.
Watch Gold Rush.
Exactly.
But
and it's...
I've read, though, that diamonds weren't worth a lot. and with advertising and diamonds are forever and that sort of thing, and then a diamond associated with getting married, it really took off.
Well, it's like anything, but is a Rolex really worth? I mean, fuck, it's like anything. It's supply and demand. Look, put it this way: you can look at things very, very, very. No one forces you to buy a diamond.
No.
Right? But
well, yeah.
But imagine
Yes
if
and no.
every woman,
Yes and no.
imagine if every woman didn't think she needed a diamond ring in order to be getting married. I mean, just imagine. It would be a different world.
And they tell the man that he has to spend 3 times his monthly wage on a diamond, or basically he doesn't love the girl, right?
Exactly.
There's
I mean, it'd be a different
pressure,
world.
A lot of pressure.
look, I don't know if I agree with you there. I mean, look, it's for starters, why don't you learn the wholesale trade? Learn wholesale. You don't have to pay full retail.
No, I'm just saying that they push it. That the woman says,
we're just saying there's.
If you loved me, you would ...
I mean, that's part of advertising too, or marketing, or whatever you want to call it.
Well, look at Richard Mille, right? So, same thing.
Yeah. Okay, next super chat here. We got a super chat, guys. Verada, Mr. Tudor to you, $5. Would you take a toilet break with Longines or Tissot?
Tissot.
I gotta be honest with you. I actually hate the Longines. Is such fucking garbage. Really, it's fucking garbage. There's nothing.
Einstein used to have long jeans. Einstein.
Yeah, but you got to remember. Let me tell you this. Let me explain something to you. Longines used to be like. It was like the Mercedes-Benz in the watch industry. They were actually very good watches.
Or at least
it's like
Cadillac.
Chrysler used to be an American Mercedes-Benz. What is Chrysler now? Fucking garbage! And that's what Longines has become. Fucking garbage. Okay?
It's like Movado used to be a nice watch, not any longer.
Exactly. You know, it's fucking garbage. This is the reality. There's a Longines sold every 10 seconds somewhere in the world. Did you know that? What
country? I know you know it.
Worldwide. There's a Longines sold every 10 seconds in the world. That's the sales. That's how many Longines they fucking pump out. Aspirational Chinese buy them. That's who buys them.
That's what I was expecting you'd say.
Yeah,
People have to start somewhere.
That's who buys these fucking things. But I got to be totally honest with you. Seriously, man, nothing wrong with the Tudor. Piss off the Longines. And get rid of that Kyrium. It's so fucking 90s, man. The 90s is over, man. It's fucking over. But I got to say to you, I got to tell you, it's been really fun analyzing AC. I understand AC Morgan a lot better now. And you were saying you had a pretty good childhood. You would have had all the good toys.
Yeah.
You would have had a Lionel train set.
No. I had Tonka trucks, and I never took them outside because I didn't want to scratch them.
That's okay.
Another super chat.
Yuba Chilwa, $5. AC Morgan is great. He's the perfect skipper on AC3's Gilligan's Island. Yeah. And Max Zenix, $2.79. You missed my last super chat. Max, did we miss his super chat?
Oh my gosh.
Max, here we go. Max, here we go. $7. Would you pull up the Astromic Souvenir Caliber 169 and tell me what you really think of it? Thanks. Okay, I gotta fucking spell this thing. That's the tricky thing. I've got to try and spell this fucking thing. That's what's hard.
The astronomic is like it sounds. So astronomic. I bet it comes up with astronomic 1619.
Yeah, that's the best.
Yeah, it's okay. We can find this fucking thing. Where is it, man? Shit, where is this? I'm trying to find this. Just hang on. Give me a minute. Oh, here we go. Found it. Here we go. What brand was it again? He wanted.
Astronomic 1619. Just put that in. I bet it comes up.
No, it's an FP Jean.
Oh wow.
You know what?
Tell us how you really feel about FP Jorn.
Yeah,
I mean, this is beautiful. It is beautiful, okay? It is fucking
shitter.
beautiful. It's beautiful, okay? This is beautiful. It's a beautiful thing, right? But he's a real asshole. I don't know if you know that. In real life, he's apparently a real prick. And you know what? I mean, look, I think myself, my honest opinion is, I think you're much safer if you want to go into things Lange or Paddock. That'd be a much safer bet than buying. The problem is, it's all you can't get in. To get FP Jean, you needed to have gone in years ago. Okay, it's a very hyped, over the top market now.
And how much is servicing?
Well, that's exactly the. And then they invented a special screw. You can't even open the fucking case. It's got special proprietary.
Oh, one of those.
Yeah, FP Jean. He's fucking. And if you've opened it before, he fucking hits the. It's just hard. Everything is hard with this guy. So, all I can say is, fuck.
Beautiful.
It's beautiful. It really is. But I mean, how rich do you have to be to buy this sort of shit? I think honestly, for normal people, if you are not worth over $10 million, stick to Paddock and Lange. Why do you have to go for obscure fucking things? Why? That's what I don't understand. Just stick to Paddock and Lange, because when you fucking die, your estate can sell them off. They don't even know what the fuck this is. That's what's going to happen. No one's fucking heard of, outside of the watch community. What are you going to do with these fucking things? Seriously. Hey, I like your background room. That's very cool, green room. Very cool.
Oh,
there.
you see that already.
Yeah, that's so cool, man. I love it.
It's all an illusion, but it's a nice illusion.
Yeah, what a way to go.
You should put an orgy behind you.
It's interesting though. A lot of people would put the ocean or something calming. He's like putting bricks up. Just
It's very cool. I got to tell you that. But I got to say, guys, seriously, it's I think these fucking look. If you're worth, so tell me this, AC, how fucking rich are you, man? You got a fucking museum named after you?
Not a museum. I call it my archive. It's just a little studio warehouse. It's a one room that I have
like
shelves.
Like Lalique can be $10,000 a piece.
Yeah, that piece there, it's original 1932. Femme de Masque. I think that's about 45,000.
I hate to say it, but my archive is the corner of my room.
Hey, whatever
makes you happy,
But I'm working.
man.
But I'm working on it. But
Lalique is actually pretty damn amazing shit. I got to be honest.
It's very hard to sell, though. I'm a kind of a buyer and a seller, so I mean, you can look at it as just inventory, kind of, sort of, right?
Yeah.
But if you don't pay 10% of its retail price, you're paying too much. For instance, I have I don't know if you've seen them. They only made 99 of them, and maybe 999. I don't know, but they're big statues of women on a shell and all this crap, and they were $12,500. But I paid about $1,200 for them, and the way the things are going, I'll be lucky to get my money back out of it. It just is. Yeah. It does not move on the secondary market.
And watches are gone crazy.
There you go.
Guys, just to tell you what a bunch of cunts the fucking previous snakes were. Pugsley promised me he'd never rebel stream against me.
He's doing it right now.
Exactly. We're just a fucking asshole. He made fucking 50,000 Canadian out of me, and the fucking asshole won't even just let me finish my stream.
to be fair, though, he might be rebelling against Aston.
I got to tell you, the guy got 50,000 Canadian, right? And he had no start. He was a nothing, a nobody before me. And it just really irks me. He can't wait 10 minutes to me to wrap up my show before he starts his bullshit streams. And the fucking cunt was in my comments yesterday sucking up to my fans and donors here. Just typing away smart-ass little comments and sucking them in.
I must say, though, by the way, that
he
the
fucking
show
disappoints me. He disappoints me. I got to be completely honest with you. I'm really fucking disappointed with him. Very disappointed. It just really, really irks me that he would just go out there, just a shameless piece of shit. Pugsley is a fucking asshole.
Archie, I'm not talking about Marco, but what is the solution to, for example, if I have a person who I train for something, and then he opens his own shop,
across the street.
Across the street, I have spent so much money, time, investment on him just to do work for me, and then you know that he has opened his own shop. How will you manage that?
Yeah, well, this is the big problem,
He'll burn down his shop.
Good, that is right.
Yeah. It's just shameless, just absolutely no. $50,000. He had people. MJT got him a Batgirl at retail. We had the birthday stream to raise money for him. Super chats, all the super chats. And he likes to play the poor victim. He likes to play the poor victim, I'm so poor. Well, you ain't so fucking poor when you earn 50,000 fucking Canadian in fucking 5 months.
I need to start super chatting. Just kidding.
I'm just saying, it's just fucking letdown. It's fucking greedy. It's nasty. It's mean. It's savage. I'm just telling you, it's just nasty.
But they don't have background, Archie. They will not sustain.
He raised $22,000 for his birthday. $22,000 in one stream.
You're kidding me. That's possible.
No, I'm not.
That was rather crazy.
It was. I'm just telling you. I'm just telling you how it is. It's just ridiculous, and that's why I got to be totally honest with you. With these streams I do, I've done YouTube when I was making 1,500 Aussie a month, 1,500 US a month, 1,500 US a month. I had months where that was my. Okay, it's doing okay now. Yes, it is. It's doing good. But I tell you what, man, make hay while the sun shines, and it's all a fucking disaster. You understand? This YouTube space, I tell you what, these youngins here, they can't be bothered making videos on watches or horology. No,
sorry.
They just fucking stream. They stream because it's easy. It's like talkback radio, shock jock radio. Here we go, Verada, Mr. Tudor to you, $5. The Kirin was the first watch he bought in 2000, just like JJ's Breitling, minus the bling. It's sentimental, perhaps a shitter box.
I'm gonna be
Perhaps,
honest.
yeah. Just give it to your son. Humble Pine, $5. Cheers, Arch. Oh, forgot that you're not drinking, so have some pancakes. I gotta tell you, man. You know what? I gotta tell you this seriously. If you're going through a bad phase there, AC, I would go and get some premium Tom and Jerry's. Tom and Jerry's ice cream? Ben and Jerry's. Because that... Get some Ben and Jerry's, stock up the refrigerator. Nothing fucking, if you're feeling down, fucking eat ice cream.
I got a big super chat.
Totally a stress eater. I've gained 120 pounds during this.
Same here. Total stress eater. I'm eating all the time.
Tom E, $5. What do you think about Timepiece Gentleman's latest illegal sweep scam raffle? I think he's really just naive. I don't think he's actually that bad a guy. I just think he's just fucking naive and stupid. That's all I can say. I mean, I kind of feel sorry for him. It's so fucking pathetic.
Someone on comments wrote that the Daytona Rainbow that he has aftermarket sapphires on it.
shit. Oh, what's he got? Hey, what are you eating there? AC Morgan, $50 to soften the Bobby Google effect. What did you just get? Holy shit. Fat boy. What's a fat boy? What is a fat boy?
Ice cream
fuck.
sandwich.
I love those biscuits. You know those biscuits?
No, these are ice creams.
It's
No, they're like a biscuit. You don't understand. Not just
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
ice cream.
We
These
call
are
them ice
beautiful.
cream
They make your
sandwiches here.
fingers all black and.
Oh, no, they're fucking amazing. I could eat the whole box of the fucking things. You know what I...
There's 12, and I've had it for 2 days, so that tells you something. There's only 3 left. That's my life. My life in a box. Fat boy and eating a fat boy.
I get some at Costco. They have the round ones at Costco.
Oh, yes.
Have you ever had the It's a San Francisco based cookie.
You know what? I could hand you fucking drinking that expensive booze. No problems. I'm not even tempted. But you know what? You know what's stopping me pulling out a tub of... I got Magnums. I got Magnums. I've got caramel with chocolate in it, with golden chocolate. You know what's stopping me? Fucking... I can tell you this now. I don't give a fuck about your alcohol. I really don't give a fuck. You pull out the fat boy, fuck me dead. I can just taste the vanilla. It's vanilla. You know what I mean? Can you eat that on air there just so we know what we're missing? 1950s wrapping. Look at that. And you know that biscuit? That is the tastiest biscuit I've ever had in my life. It's that brown biscuit. It's just fucking the combo of the biscuit with the vanilla. What? It's not just vanilla. It's got biscuit in the vanilla. What flavor is this?
Vanilla with chocolate.
There ought to be a little censored screen that comes up with.
These are made in America. This is quality food too. Yes. How are they? Fuck! Look at this. He's enjoying it.
All is well in the world now.
Holy shit!
Now I gotta eat the fucking thing.
I don't mind that.
You forced him.
Fuck.
You forced him.
I should dip it in cognac. I'm gonna dip my fat boy in Louis the 13th.
Can you remember that sauce? You know that magic sauce that freezes chalk ices sauce. You put it on ice cream and it turns rock hard. I'd just be squirting some chalk ice. Remember chalk ices, green room? Chalk ices. Remember that Cotties topping. Chalk ices, make your own chalk ices.
I don't remember. Something Australian.
Uber Chill Wheeler, $10. Question: 40 mil sea dweller, 4,000 ceramic or aluminum bezel. You know what?
I know which way to go.
I would go aluminum bezel because the Sea Dweller 4000 is fucking overpriced. Okay. You know, I gotta.
And overhyped, I think. And then they don't make aluminum anymore. So
you know the problem with the ceramic bezel?
It's delicate.
Let me show you something. So this is one of my favorite ice creams here. I'm going to show you here. See, this is called the Magnum. Okay.
That's good.
Now these here.
In this country, Magnum means something completely different.
I know you sell rubbers. You're rubbers, but these are a premium. These are a premium. I'm going to show you this ice cream. Look at this. Look, I'm going to show you. I'm just going to have a little bit just to show you. I'm not going to eat. Okay, so it's got a premium gold seal, right? Because
Archie, your watch is beautiful.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Look at
what a class.
It is really. Now, I got to tell you this. Now, see that there? What you do is, see it says press to crack?
Oh.
Because it's got chocolate, it's got caramel chips in it that you break it up. You understand?
Now that...
Is it a fucking good idea or what?
It takes a workout. So you're getting a workout and you're eating ice cream.
Press to crack. You see, because do you want chocolate big chunks or do you want them broken?
Broken.
That's what you press to crack. You press it, right?
It says just like crack. That's what it says.
Ronnie Paul, $10. Art spoke to Bobby Google. His excuse is you have overstepped your stream time by going past 3 hours. So he's right. Fake you! Thoughts. There you go. There you go there.
Behave.
Yeah, that's kind of how... Look, that's just how the younger generation is, I'm afraid. So I'm not gonna even. Now, what you do is with this ice cream here, right? I got to tell you. See the top? I'm going to show you the top of it, right?
Mm.
It just scoop a bit out. Now, this is actually my favorite. Okay.
Oh.
I can't tell who's having the most pleasure, AC or AC.
Just having a little bit, not much.
Yeah, I'm not going to eat all of it. Just
that's how I am with crack cocaine. I'm just gonna have a little bit. No.
Now then we get into the ice cream. Look at this. It's got caramel in the ice cream.
Magnum makes it a good product.
Well, in Australia, they make good ice cream.
Mm-hmm. We have Magnum ice cream here. Those Magnum bars.
I've never seen
Magnum.
it.
That's right, the bar.
Yeah, they
That's
have them on the
exact-
commercial. You never seen the commercial with the hot model biting into it all sensually?
I probably wasn't paying attention to what she was biting into.
I got to tell you the truth. This ice cream here. Well, I make a deal with myself. I have to walk 3 kilometers for each
Bite.
tub of these I have. It's
Yeah,
only
I just had a
400
whole
milliliters.
tub.
I'm gonna stop after
After it's gone.
only having half. Okay.
Are you trying to get to the center?
Mm.
Now that's a cute little doggy, but what breed of dog is that?
This is a miniature poodle. His name is Carter, and he's my ultimate possession. I love this little man.
So how old is Carter?
He's 2 years old.
He's named after Jimmy.
He's a red poodle. That was the name that they get we bought him online from a puppy mill. I say everybody says their dog is a rescue. I say this is a rescue. I rescued him from Mississippi, and he's a sweetheart.
So he barks with an accent.
Yeah, kind of that Mississippi accent.
Yeah.
That's enough now, guys. I had enough, okay? But look at that. That's the chunks in there. I just want to show you. Caramel chunks.
Will it survive till tomorrow? Only time will tell.
I actually
How was it,
store a
Arch?
spoon in the fridge. You know that? So the wife doesn't know. I gotta tell you, I didn't care about the whiskey. I didn't care about the cognacs. You give me an ice cream bar, I'll do anything.
Okay, I'll remember that.
You know, I don't know what it is. Why do we get pleasure out of food like that? I don't understand that.
It's survival. Well, you meant that metaphorically. You didn't mean literally. Why is it that way? But it is survival. That's the reason.
It's because you have control over it, right? It's one of the few things you have control over.
Why didn't you,
eating.
AC? Why didn't you go and get a carrot stick out of the fridge and a celery stick?
Because it tastes like shit. Because of the pesticides.
I'm sorry. I don't know why. You're just weak. We're weak people, you see.
Well, the strongest people are the weakest people as well.
What's that?
The strongest people are also a lot of times the weakest people in different areas.
Tell me this, in the Lalique market, wouldn't you sell that shit like Sotheby's or Christie's? Isn't that where it needs to be sold? Or how would you sell Lalique?
The old stuff, but what we call contemporary stuff, eBay. I am going to be on first. I believe I'm going to be on First Dibs. I just sent an application to them. The application process is quite extensive to become a seller on first dibs.
You know that I tell you what, I've got some of this Royal Albert. That's an English company.
Right,
Royal Albert China, fine China. And I got to be totally honest with you. We have a Macy's, a very upmarket department store called David Jones. They sell that brand, Royal Albert, same patterns and that there. It's thousands of dollars, right? The problem is on the secondary market, nobody fucking wants it.
The whole collectibles market, like antiques, unless it's like the top end, it's just done.
Green Room. What's so funny, Green Room? What's so funny?
Furniture is completely shot.
Just a comment I read.
Oh, what did it say?
Read it out. It's a good one.
Yes. Which one's that? Read it.
Ron the Shrink.
Oh,
I can't see comments.
What did Ronnie say?
Green Room wanted a backdrop that more closely matched his personality.
Very cool. Very, very cool.
Lean forward a little more, Green Room. I gotta
AC,
see it. I can't see your face.
AC, I want to ask you something.
You are
AC.
cute.
Yeah, he is very cute. He's a young guy. He's very cute. Exactly. And
You
he
want
does
to be
manual
my
labor.
You want to be my Drew Peacock?
he does lawn care. He does lawn care. He can also walk around in a skimpy lawn care outfit for an extra.
Next time.
Tell me this, AC. So what the fuck, with this China? See, what's happened is, I'll tell you what happened to China. All these fine porcelain. The problem with it is you can't, Super Chat, I'll come to that in 1 minute. You can't put this fine china into a fucking dishwasher. You'll kill it, okay? Like you'll kill the pattern, which is where the money is. It's not,
right. And you can't use it because you're going to scratch it with your knives.
It's kind of this thing, right? Old ladies used to love it, but you know what's happened? They've all fucking died.
Exactly.
Okay? So the young kids, they want to put it in a dishwasher. Oh, you can't dishwasher it? No. Oh, they don't understand it. What the fuck has happened to these collectibles? What are you going to do with them?
My mom has huge collection of these fine china, huge.
Nobody wants
and
it.
sterling silver, yeah.
Silver is
silver cutlery.
And guess what?
Very expensive.
They say the same thing is happening with muscle cars. The people who cherish them are dying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's my generation is probably one of the last generations of collectors. Nobody collects anymore. They don't
watches
care
are
about
different,
quality.
but what about watches?
That's different. That's a flexing thing. They can put it on their wrist. They're on Instagram. Look at me. I'm a baller. It's about ego. Let's face it.
Yeah.
Archie, do you use your grand piano or is it just for decoration purposes?
No, my wife loves it. My wife loves it. She's actually
Does she
playing
play
as
it?
we speak now.
Oh, that's good.
I got it tuned a week ago. I got it tuned.
Is it Kawaii?
Kawaii. It's a
Blutner?
Kawaii.
Okay.
Kawaii.
Okay. Japan.
Look, it's not a super. Look. It was about 10,000 US. It's a brand new. It's just Kawaii is a good standard. Okay, Kawaii. It's not professional. Steinway and things like that are
Blutner.
100,000. But as far as the piano goes, it's Kawaii.
Yamaha
and
is also really good. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yamaha.
both of them are very, very good. Both of them are very good. Bershit, $5. The most expensive Tissot models are around $7 to $8 grand. The sculpture and heritage and every time, but the problem is they're outside their scope. Why would you fucking spend $7 to $8 grand? And secondhand, they fall away like shit. Royal Albert is shit. Royal Albert, I love Royal Albert. They have the country. I like the country roses setting. That's the Royal Dalton, and then you have Royal Albert.
Oh, very
Versace.
beautiful.
That's
Versace.
That's
Extremely
Versace.
beautiful.
Yeah,
Wow.
Versace. Cartier used to do China. You know that Cartier used to do China. Not so long ago, actually. It wasn't that long ago.
You know how many times I've eaten off of those? Once in 6 years.
Yeah, but it's not meant for that.
But you can sell those and get your money back out of them.
You can?
No, definitely. Especially
Versace.
blue.
Yeah.
Because it's Versace, like Louis Vuitton.
What about Cartier? Do the Cartier ones hold? I don't know much about them.
I've never seen Cartier.
Because they had a whole range of cutlery and shit like that as well.
Mhm.
But yeah. Anyhow, guys, just letting you know, Marco apologized. I'm sorry you were still streaming. I thought you ended. Yeah, that's because I deliberately stayed over just to fuck you up. I apologize. I did not intend. Yeah, they all fucking say that. They're all, apologies are like assholes. Everyone seems to have one.
The sense I get from Marco, though, is I understand that you're personally hurt. He seems like a good kid.
I tend to believe that he's telling the truth on that.
Yeah, I think I don't have a dog in a fight, but I just I understand why you're hurt, and I can recognize that.
Oh, look, the thing that disappoints me is they've only just started learning a bit. The apprentice starts learning a few skills, and already he's starting his own pawn shop.
Well, yeah,
he's lending money on the street.
You teach them a few magic tricks, and they put on a magic show. That's just the way it goes.
Porn shops seem like a lot of fun for the first, I don't know, 10 or 20 years. And then after that,
Scotsman, $3. What do you think of Wedgwood, big boy? Actually, Wedgwood is beautiful stuff. They have some. Look, I think all of those. You know how you can tell good from shit? Just out of interest, I'm an amateur in this, but I'll get AC to correct me because he seems to be a lot more skilled. You look at the back of this stuff, and it's the stamping. How nice is the stamping, the logo on the stamping? Because that's often where they cheaped out. And you look at Wedgwood, Royal Dalton, Royal Albert. It's done beautifully.
Lennox.
It's done beautifully. There's also a Japanese brand. What's the Mikasa? Mikasa?
Yeah.
What's the Mikasa?
Yeah.
Isn't it? That's also extremely beautiful. This is quality shit. The whole antique market. Remember those roll top desks? Fuck, did I want a roll top desk? Now you can't give them away. People don't want them anymore.
They say brown is down. Anything that's wood. When I had my auctions, all those china cabinets, with the round glass china cabinets, the claw feet, dragon tops, dragon head, $3,000-$4,000. I was just in an antique store the other day, and I saw them for $300.
Yeah,
it's still there. Nobody wants the wood. They want to buy IKEA, or they want to go down to the local furniture store and get stuff made in Vietnam or from overseas. Because it's cheap.
AC, my father, he loves wood, so he has hoarded hell lot of walnut, burl wood. You know about that burl wood?
That's a
beautiful
walnut.
Yeah,
beautiful, fucking gorgeous stuff.
Rolls Royce and
I will
Jag's
send you
favorite wood.
Yeah, all of our furniture is made from that burl wood. That.
That's
zigzag type of.
That was expensive.
Yes.
Super Rodent, $2 AC. Do ugly googly losers ruin the Rolex brand? I don't know, to be honest with you. I think Rolex itself. I left Rolex, but I came back because I do appreciate what Rolex does. They're a very automatic and waterproof. That's a very good combination. Automatic and waterproof. If I was buying a watch for a woman, get an Oyster. Get an Oyster because it's fucking automatic and it's waterproof and it will possibly last. You get a Cartier Tank Francais, it hasn't got a screw-in crown. This is the key elements to this.
I think what ruins Rolex is 3 times suggested retail and all the games that the ADs are playing. That's what ruined Rolex for me.
Totally true.
100%.
I'm just glad I love vintage.
But I mean, as a watch, I've owned several of them. They're nice.
Vintage can be a complete minefield. There's so
this
much
is true.
money.
I've got people I trust, and I got into it before the Rolex prices went up crazy for the modern ones.
Yeah, I sold my Datejust, I think, for $2,500, and now I'm like, why did I do that? They didn't need
well,
to.
you can't keep everything. At the end of the day, you can't keep everything.
Because then you're a hoarder.
How many pieces of Lalique do you have, AC?
About 200.
Wow.
About 200 pieces.
And if we put an average price there of about $3,000,
No.
Jesus
No,
Christ!
some
what a
some
leg.
are some are $300 and $400. No.
Have you tried buying any new Lalique? Nothing under $1,000.
Yeah, well, it's gone way up. Like I had the Baconte's vase, which is the dancing women, the classic dancing women going around the vase, about 9 inches tall, about as long as my schlong. No, I'm kidding. Those, when I was kind of, entering my adulthood, and I look at them, they're like $2,850. Like, oh, one day I'm going to have a Baconte's vase. It's so pretty, so pretty. I remember looking at it at Knoxbury Farm, right? And I think now they're up to $9,200 retail. It's crazy. Who's buying this stuff?
I think we've never had people have never been as rich as they are now in this world.
You think it's that, or do you think it's just credit, or do you think it is like Bitcoin and the stock market and all those
Real
things?
estate, the stock market.
Yeah, real estate, because
it's a whole lot of
$100,000 houses are $900,000 here now.
Exactly. And I got to be honest with you. I think what's happening is in countries, the UK, you got death duties of 40%. Anything over £400,000, which is, what's that, 600,000 US. Anything over that's 40% death duties. You've got Japan has got 40%, 40 to 50. Korea, 40 to 60%. You find many of these countries have hefty death duties. You look at what off-ledger assets can hold value. Okay? And watches are a perfect small... Diamonds, the problem with diamonds is these fucking assholes on 57th Street, the Diamond District, are such cunts to deal with. That's why diamonds don't have a very good secondary market, because they're all fucking... They're shifty, okay? They're very, very shifty.
Super chat.
The Pine Baron, $5. Credit is not wealth. Debt is not prosperity. The world is awash in debt and derivatives. We are totally... Well, see, the thing is... Okay, let me just say one thing to you, okay? I had somebody who's pleading the world's going to crash. The world's going to crash, right? Let me just say one thing to you. In Australia... What percent? So, okay, our real estate is fucking ridiculous. Like in Brisbane, you're looking at about 650 to actually about 750, 700 is the average house. Okay, so my house is actually slightly below average because of the area hasn't really caught on and a few little things like that. Okay, now the thing is this. What percentage? You think, okay, houses are overpriced. Okay. Let me just tell you something, okay? So my house, when I was a kid, let me tell you this. When I was a kid, my house, this house I'm living in, because this is my childhood home. I bought it off my dad. When I was a kid, this house was about $100,000 when a Mercedes E-Class, the 6-cylinder E-Class, was about 130.
Wow.
Mercedes E-Class in Australia is about 120 now for a basic one. The house is worth 600. Okay, so this is sort of equation. What else has happened is you think the world's going to collapse, right? You say, oh, this is all bullshit. It's not sustainable. Well, what percentage of Australians do you think own their own? Of all the houses in Australia, how many are fully paid off? What percent? What percent would you say?
Ooh, 25 to third.
It's actually about 32%.
Okay.
32% is completely paid off. Okay. And then another 30 to 35% is people like me. Middle class, lower middle class. You know what? My house is worth 600. We owe 212 on the house. Okay? But guess what? That money is 1.99%. Cheapest money you'll get. And you know what? Me and the wife have got 350,000 in superannuation, 401ks. So technically, I can't access the 401k money at the moment. Very quickly, Timepiece Fund, $2.
I got a medication run.
Oh, sorry. Lovely brandy, wine, cherry, furnitures, handmade in the USA. Lovely brandy,
He loves them.
Cherry furnitures, handmade in USA.
He loves them. That's what he's saying.
So what I'm trying to say is 2/3 of the housing market is paid off or could be paid off if necessary. So they aren't going to collapse. So when someone says to me, it's all borrowed money, it's all this, it's all that, well, hang on a minute. 2/3 of the property market in the West, I think the Western world is fairly similar, but in Australia, 2/3 could be paid off. Is it
Where
so
that
inflated?
Where that isn't
That's the
true is,
case?
say, California, where, you know, there is a lot of debt in the housing market.
Well, even Sydney, Australia's Sydney, that's a very overpriced market. So what I'm trying to say to you is, AC, 2/3 of the houses in Australia could be paid off because they've got that either it's paid off in full or they've got other investments which would far outpay. So will it collapse? Will it be completely smoke and mirrors? I'm not quite sure.
No, I think what's going to happen is you're going to have people with money and people without money. The in-between is being squeezed out.
Oh, definitely. The haves and the have-nots. The
We're
gap
going
is
we're
becoming...
going back to the 1300s, the 1400s, where you had the lords and you had the people working in the field, peasants.
Yes.
And I'm far from a classist. And you know, I'm a Democrat, and I believe in charity and you know, people having a nice life, but it's not the way it seems to be working.
You know what? Just very quickly, GB $2 on a 1.5 carat diamond on platinum setting in K-Co. Okay, in K. What does he mean by K?
In K color. Is it okay in K color?
No,
yes.
That's fucked.
Very
K
poor.
is shit.
Very poor.
I wouldn't go any lower than I. Commercial white is I. K is fucking yellow.
But it's a
K is yellow.
It's a fantastic buy though, and you're not going to see that K color.
But K is yellow. You should put that in a yellow setting.
Barely.
I is commercial white. I H-I-J-K.
H-I-J-K. It's
right
there on that.
It's the last.
I went to Oxley State High. Don't worry about it. I still sing Sesame Street. A,
The only
B, C,
problem
D, E,
is
F, G,
if you
H, I,
put
J.
it-
I can't remember.
If you put it
I
in
went to state
platinum,
school.
If you put it,
It
in
will look
platinum,
yellow.
You're going to see the yellow. If you put it in yellow
Yes.
gold, you're not going to see the yellow.
Exactly. I think K's garbage. I would go, personally, my advice to you would be go 1.2 and go for a J or an I.
I think K for K for 1.5 carat is very wrong.
Sorry?
K for 1.5 carat weight is very wrong, I believe. You should stick to F.
Oh, F is impossible. Come on.
I have F. I will show you.
I know what an F is.
Very
Don't worry
beautiful.
about it. I know what it is, but I'm just saying that's very...
But
Our good
1.5
friend
is
here,
a big
AC
stone.
had an F. You had an F there, didn't you?
Yeah, it's an F.
That's an F. He had a beautiful F. I think G or H is fucking acceptable. I got no problems with that.
I question which marriage it is. Is it the first marriage, second marriage,
Well,
third
you know
marriage?
what? I've actually bought ring back from one of the wives and gave it to the next one.
The correct way.
Because
to do that.
diamonds are
It's the
forever.
correct way.
Remember that.
Yes.
But wives are not, apparently.
Guys, I'm going to wrap this baby up. I want to thank everyone. This has been a 3 3/4 hour show. It's been a long show. And I got to tell you guys, it's really fun. More AC, you were a really live wire. I asked him the interview. We asked the questions. And I suppose, I got to be honest with you, one thing I've learned is you've got to treat every day as precious. What have you learned, AC? Morgan, what have you learned?
Getting old is not for sissies.
Exactly.
And don't sweat the small stuff, and that it's all small stuff. And unless it's life and death, it's all small stuff. And
I got to tell you, the thing, I'll give you a little bit of advice myself. Walk every day. I'm trying to walk every day. I find that helps a lot, not only mentally, but also for your health. My problem is I stream. I could stay in my house all day because I'm self-employed. I can fucking stay here and just eat ice cream, watch YouTube videos, and, you know, walk to the refrigerator. Eat Fat Boys all day. You know what I mean? Hey, put them back.
I got to put those back in the freezer.
You got to put those back in the freezer. And that's the whole thing, guys. You've got to, I think, honestly, the most valuable thing you have is your health. That is your ultimate wealth. And I got to tell you, it's a very, very important thing.
Without your health, you have nothing.
Yes. 100%. 100%. And I got to tell you, even my dad, he's 73, investing. He said to me at 73, he said, I don't have 10 years or 5 years. He said, I've got my investing strategy is 2 to 3 years because I might need that money way before you can come back from a bad property investment.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the thing. We cannot live forever. I really fucking wish we were vampires. We went to 150 or 200 years because you'd spend the first 50 years making money, buying some good real estate, buying some collectibles, and the next 150 just fucking enjoying yourself. Don't you think? That is exactly it, wouldn't you? Isn't that what you would do or not? What do you think?
Oh, yeah.
That's vampires. Unfortunately, by the time we fucking got money, look at your father. He was a colonel, retired colonel, couple nice cars, a sexy German wife. I think your dad had it laid out. He fucking laid down the rule to her. I can see this. The colonel, I don't think he was as dumb as you give him credit for.
Well, I don't think he was dumb. I think he just you want to have a peaceful life too. You know, like they say, happy wife, happy life, kind of thing.
Exactly.
That's why you buy your wife a Cartier ring, right?
100%. But you know, one thing I love about my wife. So we're getting a new wedding ring, okay? We got a new wedding ring. And I said to her, you got a choice, honey. I can get you a brand new Cartier ring with no diamonds. Or there's a second-hand one at a consignment store. Cartier, box, papers, everything. It's actually quite considerably more expensive, but on the secondary market, it would be the same price as buying the new one. Which one do you want? Do you want the one with the diamond or one without the diamond? What do you think she was said?
Probably the one without
the new one.
No, she said, fuck that. Let's get the diamond.
Yeah, I thought she'd go diamond too.
And let's just get it polished. We'll get rid of those divorce germs out of it. No, because why not? Bang per buck. I want bang per buck.
That's why I buy used watches instead of brand new ones.
Oh, look,
if I buy a brand new one, it has to be 30% off or I'm not buying it.
You've got to get a deal. Unless it's Rolex. If you can get Rolex at retail, fuck, you snap it up. But you know how hard that is. Guys, we're wrapping up. Saad, just stay on there. Anyone else, you can stay on. We'll have a chat there. But guys, great show. Love you to death. Here we go.
Don't forget the thumb up.
Thank you for letting me on, Art.
William Mummy, my house bought for $240 in '97 is worth 1.3 now. That's about right. That's about right. It's real estate. It's inflation. To be honest with you, a millionaire now is really. It's like that Austin Powers movie. I want $1 million.
$1 million.
You know, remember that? That's not so much now. Remember that scene? Yeah. Okay, guys. See you later.
Don't forget the thumb up. Thumb up, guys.
And just to run this, I'm going to just have some out theme music here. Just going to share a video just before we go here. I found this clip.
I got one more super chat.
Oh, one more super chat. Just hang on. I just got to find this little video. By the way, I tell you a great movie I saw for you. AC Morgan. You should look at the Bacchus lady. It's about this woman who helps people die. She's a prostitute. It's quite well done. I think you might.
We have that here. We've been talking about that. We have that here. Assisted suicide.
I thought you were going to mention the Japanese movie.
Kubota.
There's a Japanese movie where they basically, the mortician kind of focuses on dressing up afterwards, dressing up the person.
Oh, yeah, that's a great movie. That's actually. Oh, I'll just get this. Okay,
I saw
Super
that.
Rodent, $2. Don't forget to down. Oh no, we can't do that. Super Rodent, we don't do that.
But
See
don't
you
forget
tomorrow,
to
guys.
don't forget to upvote this one.
See, this is when proper GMT wearer. Look at this. He didn't have to wait at the AD.
The ladies run off with the ladies.
That's so cool, isn't it? They got shag pile here.
Oh yeah. 1970s.
It's so cool.
You got another super chat.
Pine Barren, he likes this sort of music. I love this sort of 60s, 70s kind of music. It's a Rolex wearer. He didn't have to wait at the AD or play games.